Good morning, everybody. John here. What if I could? Scroll Soft Portrait Design and Woodworks. It's a holiday Monday, so I'm in my shop. I'm not at work. I'm doing work in my shop, but hello, welcome all my subscribers and members. I hope you're enjoying your day. If you're probably working, we'll see how that goes. I got some people in the panel with us. But before we start on our wood show, we always play bingo in the mornings. We always play Hobbii Bingo Monday to Thursday mornings. So that's what we're gonna do first. We got Connie, Annie, and Joe with us. Joe's actually gonna have it up on her screen for us, so we can all play along. If you're not already in Bingo, on Hobbii Bingo, Hobbii Bingo, you gotta just go to the app and sign in. Hopefully you win. Hopefully you win yarn. But if not, you still get 25 points for entering anyway. So let's say good morning to everybody we got in the panel here. Hey, Joe. Hey, Annie. Hey, Connie. How you guys doing?
Good.
Good.
Good. Sniffly.
Good. Niffly.
Love allergies.
Ah. I want to say hey to Jason. Hey, Jason, how you doing? What have you been up to, buddy? And Berta. Have not seen you in a long time. What have you been up to? She's doing craft shows. Started a local scroll saw club. That's awesome. Yeah, craft shows are a lot of work. Have you guys ever done craft shows? You ever done craft
Yes.
shows, Connie?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. It's been
They're
a while.
freaking hard. I know. They're hard. They're hard. You got to get. You have a lot. You have to have a lot of product.
Yes.
Well,
A
not
huge.
just a lot of product. It's like setup, tear down, tables, all the, getting everything ready.
I
Definitely.
know. I know when we had when Art was on the show with us before that he was always getting ready for all his craft shows and stuff. It's like you need such a variety. You gotta try and figure out what everybody wants, what everybody needs.
The time of the year counts as well.
Yeah,
Is it a
exactly.
fall craft show? Is it a spring craft show? The holidays coming up. I tended to do the spring ones, and then I would do like Memorial Day, 4th of July things, things that people wanted it during those times.
I did a lot of Christmas
Good
craft shows.
morning, Jess. Good morning, Jess.
Good
What are you doing? You
morning.
should be working. What the hell? Being on freaking live. Mm.
Well, I'm working for another 10 minutes, technically.
And Bertus says no time to cut for fun. Exactly.
Yeah, and that's why I stopped doing it because it was like my knitting and crocheting became more of a job than a pleasure. And I didn't want to lose my enjoyment of it. So I was just like, no, I'm just going to make for gifts and donation. That way I can relax and enjoy the process. And I
Well, I
imagine it's the same for scroll solers and stuff.
yeah. Well, I was doing craft shows, and then I decided just to put my stuff in a boutique, and that way I had a booth, and I just had to replenish. But
What?
that became a chore because
What?
what
Go on.
I was just saying it became so fast. I never had a break,
Yeah,
and
that's what I mean.
I was constantly doing it.
So when you were in store was that on commission or
Yeah.
was it on
Yeah, I had
consignment
it was
rather?
it was kind of like consent. Well, I paid a fee to have the booth, and then they got a portion of my sales. So, but they would, they would go through and make sure everything was good in each booth every day, and um, yeah, I made a lot of money in there, a ton of money because I guess I hit the right thing, and it's exactly what everybody wanted,
Like I
and
know
I
I know
sold.
back when I first started scroll sawing, I actually did a sign for one of the girls at the flea market. Um, having Heavenly Cupcakes, I think it was. Oh, oh heavenly, oh heavenly cakes. I think it means the food. And she
You,
get his
John,
John.
I think you have a short in your mic because you started out fine and then you went garbled.
Well, you
Moved
look
your
sounded
head
like you were in a box.
Yeah, when you moved your head a certain way, it was really clear, and then when you moved your head back, it became garbled again. So you
really.
made it short.
Yeah, now
No,
you're
let me.
good.
Okay,
Yeah, now you can.
I basically have to readjust my mic every time I get in here, though. So
Yeah.
back when I was at the flea market, I made a sign for one of the girls there. So I'm pretty sure the company was called Oh Heavenly Cakes, and she made cake pops and custom cakes, right? Like custom styled cakes and stuff. And it was kind of cool. And she asked me if I wanted to share her booth with her. I said, well, I can bring some stuff down, and sit there and everything like that. And it was $75 a week, and the hours were stupid hours. It was Wednesday night. No, yeah, it was Wednesday night from 7 to 9, and Saturday from oh no, and Friday from 5 till 7, and then Saturday from 10 till 3. Like these are the worst freaking farmers market hours ever, right? And those are the only times you're allowed in there. And it was $75 per week for your booth. And it was a small booth. I think it was maybe only like 6 by 6, right? But so she had her sign up top. She had her cake stuff on the one side. I built a shelf for the other side, and I had my work on there. I took a tablet with me, displaying my stuff that I had done, and I had my laptop with me, so people could come up and ask me, questions and stuff, and I would show them like what I could do and how I can make stuff like patterns and stuff for them. And I didn't make any money. I had like maybe 3 customers. Like I think I was there for like 6 months. But if you add that up, like I only had to pay half of the booth cost because I was sharing it with her, so it wasn't bad. So it was $30 a week times 6 months. It's a lot of freaking money that I was not bringing in.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, like okay,
Hey everyone.
so I my booth, the one booth, I had two different places. My one booth was $25 a month, which was really good
Wow, that's pretty
because
good.
I was raking in hundreds of dollars every week because of the amount of stuff that I was selling. And then I was in a Christmas one where I just took the stuff to her. She displayed it, and I paid her, I think, $25 a month or $30 a month, and then she got 5% of my sales, and I made tons of money on that one too. But I got tired of it.
See, our flea market down here only runs. We only have one in my area. I mean, we have like freestanding uh, flea markets along the highway and everything, but a main, like where you have the building, $175 a weekend for an 8 by 8 booth.
Hmm.
Which wow, is that me?
Yeah.
No, that's Joe. No, it's Joe.
Oh,
We're
is it
getting
Joe?
feedback from Joe.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
Uh,
I just
Joe.
figured it.
Okay.
just, I thought that was kind of ridiculous because it's only open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I thought that was really so. I was like, nope, not going to do that. My niece was down there. She was the one who told me what the prices were on the booths. And you could get a 4 by 4 for $75 a weekend, but that's not a very big space.
No,
Do I need to leave and come back in?
You're
your
squeaking.
mic.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
okay.
squeaking on your mic though.
Okay. And before I do I need to mirror my camera so you can see the picture
No, it's
correctly?
perfect the way it is. It's perfect the way
Yeah.
it is.
Okay. Let me leave and come back in and see if that helps, I guess.
Like Berta says, she'd see a pattern she wanted to make, and her husband would say, "Oh, you have to show you have a show, and you need to make this and that and this and that." And exactly, but the thing is, you got to try and keep up with the trends that everybody's going with. But
Yep.
it's like anything else. Like you gotta try and figure out ahead of time because you gotta have stuff ready for it.
Oh, in crafts, you got to have Christmas done in the winter.
Yeah.
I mean, the summer,
Yep.
and the fall, and the Halloween and Thanksgiving. You have to have all that done in the summertime because and so you can get ready for spring in the fall. And it was
Why Well,
How
I know
about now?
like that's good. I know our Christmas craft fair that the farmers market puts on. They bring in all these vendors from all over Alberta, and the thing is the scroll saw there was just two scroll sawers like me and another guy. I went to one Christmas event and I did not have near enough stock, and we could not compete with the laser guy because the laser guy actually had his laser there and he was doing custom stuff and he was cutting stuff in like minutes, right? And I'm like, I can't compete with that. And he was selling for like five for like ornaments, five for $1. Well, yeah, because you can sell because you can make them out of 1/8. You can cut them in freaking a minute and a half.
Right.
I can't do that.
I'm not a fan of laser.
No, I know.
It's
And then
not
people,
it's a machine doing the work for you. You're not doing
Yeah,
it.
it's not a handmade item to me.
Right.
and
It's
then
machine made.
people were asking for like Mickey Mouse and Disney and Winnie the Pooh and stuff, and we're like they can't do that because it's trademark registered. You can't do
Right.
copyrighted materials.
Right.
But that's a whole nother subject altogether, though.
I see that
But
Pulp Farm Productions have joined us.
yeah,
Long
hey Doug,
Hey Doug.
Doug, how's it going? Yes,
Hey,
yes. We
Doug.
got tired. We got tired of making money at the flea market, so we just decided, just to retire from the flea markets.
honestly, it wasn't worth it, not for the price they wanted. Now we have done some, me and my niece alongside the highway, uh, and just made like poster board signs, and we sold some stuff. But flea markets around here is not as popular as it used to be. The flea market I'm talking about, after it burnt because it caught fire like 7, 8 years ago, burned to the ground. It was the biggest flea market in like 6 counties. But when they rebuilt it, there's no it's not a flea market anymore. It's like stuff you can go to Walmart and get.
Yeah.
It's like brand new stuff. And to me, through flea markets, look at the old stuff. Look at the
Well,
handmade crafts. There's no handmade crafts down there anymore or anything.
well, it's like
Yeah.
like like uh flea market as opposed to farmers market. Like farmers market is more the food and everything else. But the thing is they started bringing in vendors. There was Tupperware, Avon, Sensi.
Yeah,
Like at the farmers market. I'm like, that's not a farmers market. You need people that are doing handmade stuff, like homemade stuff, like homemade
Mhm.
items and home baking, stuff like that, which was fine. And then they opened up a Mexican restaurant in the farmers market. Like, how is a Mexican restaurant any relation to rural farmers? I couldn't figure it out. It didn't make
well,
sense
I
to
mean,
me.
if they're using fresh local produce to make their product,
They
but
weren't
if
though.
not, then it
But
has
they
nothing to do
weren't.
with it.
And like how the rates where they're selling their chickens, which they always do, and their pierogies and everything else like that, which was fine. There was a fudge guy and there was a barn board guy, which made barn board stuff, which was extravagantly priced for what he was selling.
Yeah,
Take an old barn board, router in the word welcome on it, $85.
yeah. See, that's to me,
Like
that's overpricing stuff.
Mhm.
hey Mark, how's it going? And Chris, okay. I'll send you guys
It's
links if you want to
okay, Mark.
come in and see us. I'll send you guys links if you want to come in and see us here.
Yeah,
Yeah, and like
it's a shame that the homemade stuff is just going by the wayside. Everybody wants mass produced. It's like I had this lady. She goes, "Oh well, I would like to have this many hats in this pattern." I'm like, "That's not the way I work. I tend to never repeat a pattern because there are so many patterns to use. Why do you need to repeat one?" That's just my attitude.
exactly. And I know like part of part of
Here
the problem up
here we
here,
go.
like with the farmers market, as opposed to in the city, is in the city we got flea markets which are actually open all week long.
Oh, we got Matt today.
Yeah, we do, and he's
Yeah.
So we had actual flea market. Like we get super flea markets. Like everybody has their own little booth. There's probably 100 booths in there, which are open all week long. You can go anytime during the day, and they're open till like 7 at night, which is awesome,
Well,
right?
our mayor is starting a local farmers market for like people who live in the town or the outskirts that grow their own produce and stuff, and at our local park. And I noticed on Facebook the other day, was wanting to get more vendors in there of handmade items. The thing is, it starts next week. He started asking last week if he, and I emailed him and I was like, if you want that kind of thing, you need to let us know in February.
Well, they have art shows around here, and hey, Doug, they have
All right.
art shows around here, and I can't get into them because the lady who is supposed to answer the phone never answers the phone.
Yeah. It's well, he's really good about emailing back, and he said, I said, it takes a while to make enough stuff to go into a market. I said, so we need months to prepare, not a couple of weeks.
Hey, Mark.
Mark?
Well, for
Well,
Hey,
me,
Mark.
my art show is just my painting, so I don't need to make a bunch, but I can't get into the shows. There's like 3 different shows. No, I couldn't have. So, yeah. But I was in the I was in the county fair and I won a bunch of um, ribbons. So,
Yeah, they give
That's
those to
good.
everybody down there, though.
no, I was the only one that had them.
You're the one that entered, though.
No, there was other people that entered.
Hi,
Now,
Herbie.
what do you want?
Hey, Doug. Hey, Mark. How's it going?
Hey, Doug and Mark.
I'm still up.
Mark.
Fair warning, it's just now 8 o'clock. I'm still wiping
I
the
know.
sleep out of my eyes,
I
and
know
my teeth
you're
are still soaking.
Oh, good
you're
Lord.
up pretty early. You're up really early, Mark. What's up with
Hey,
that?
Jeanette.
You're tired.
I'm sorry, Mark.
Hey, Jeanette. Hi,
And
We're
everybody
tired.
in
We
chat.
you
I can't see
it's
chat at all today. So just hi, everybody.
it's the damn shingles. It wakes me up. So what can I
Yeah.
say?
Yeah.
Who is over next to me talking away, but I can't hear him.
It's bingo.
That's
You
that's
want to have the
Joe.
bingo thing? It's
That's
our
me.
more.
It's Joe.
That's our morning Hobie Bingo that we do
Oh,
I
during the
must
week.
play
So,
bingo.
so we're doing our
2
bingo thing
games,
before we're doing
3
our
rounds
woodworking
each.
thing.
We're addicted.
Two,
That's
yeah.
what it is.
So we got 2 games, 3 rounds each. Rows 1, 3, and 5.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm new to this
You're
too, Doug.
welcome.
I don't know nothing about it.
Yeah, because the guy that's talking where I'm
What did
at,
you say?
that's what we're watching. That's the bingo.
I know.
Berta says I usually get a blue
So,
ribbon for fret work,
Good morning.
state fair, and a
and
small fret work in the county fair too. That's awesome, Berta.
before long on my picture, you'll see a bingo card.
Yeah, as soon as they give us our cards.
Herb says he had a rough
Hi,
night too.
Herb.
Ooh,
Sorry, Herb.
I'm
Yeah.
warning
I'm
y'all about
sorry.
when it comes to this bingo.
Mona,
What?
but what do you want?
Warning about Connie when it comes to bingo.
oh
Oh,
yeah,
Yeah, you turn your headsets down.
he gets boisterous.
Uh-oh.
She
So what have
gets
you
a
been up to,
little
Doug?
animated.
What have you been up to, Doug? What have you been doing?
I haven't been doing a whole lot of anything. I just started doing things on my channel, but the shoulder's kind of still bugging me. So I got a 50-pound limit. I'm
Must be
doing
hard
better
going to the
with
washroom.
what's that?
Must be hard going to the washroom then, eh?
I know I'm right-handed.
Okay.
Oh my God.
It's
God.
the last one that don't work. I ripped all the muscles out of this.
Oh my Lord.
You'll take
So
out
no
the
more work.
trash. You'll take out the trash next time without a lot of back talk, right, Doug?
I have to take all my trash to the dump. I pay per year. It's $100 per year I can take. So the first few times I went, like, because we have a horse trailer we don't use no more, and that's where we put everything that keeps the animals out of the trash. So we put everything in there. I fill the whole back of my truck up because nobody else will go do it while I'm down. And I'm like, I get it out the truck, and I can't push it up over into the dumpsters.
Well, actually, that's why I meant you hurt your shoulder. She told you to take out the trash, and you gave her some lip.
Oh
Yeah.
no, I was trying to pull some of the trellises that I'd put in out for my green beans.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to use them anymore. And I was bent over trying to pull up on them, and the roots from the weeds that were growing through them were holding them in the ground. I tore all the muscles. I tore some in this just pulling up on it. So they did a placenta patch on one of them, and then the other one was my inner bicep muscle. So they
A
just
what patch?
a placenta
Placenta
patch.
patch.
Yeah, so it
What's
has something
that?
to do with the stem cells. It's placenta. You know what placenta is?
Yes.
Well, I know what it is. That's why I was asking. And I was like, what?
Something about the stem cells in the placenta to patch it and repair the muscle.
Quit trying to wake up.
Right. So the other one, the underlying bicep muscle, not your power one, but the other one was the other one I tore, and that one was tore so bad they just sewed it to my other bicep muscle.
Wow.
But I've been down about 3 months. I mean, it still bugs me. I'm doing better. I can't push on something. I didn't expect to have to fully learn how to reuse it again and build all the muscles over. It's like I didn't expect any of that. So pushing on the steering wheel to turn the wheel, that is extremely painful. Like so I was trying to back a trailer up the other day and I was struggling because I couldn't push on the wheel and turn it while I was looking over the back of the shoulder, you know. So I gotta push. I can pick things up no problem. There's a point where I'm doing better here because before I couldn't go to by here, lifting my arm up, and now I can. But I still have a spot where I got a shooting pain on my arm. And it may never go away. I don't know.
Hi, Sarah.
Well, is that working for
Welcome.
lathe work though?
It was a little difficult the first turn I did because I wasn't expecting turning my hand was gonna affect hurting here, which it did.
Yeah.
So tightening the chuck was an issue. I've done 3 or 4 projects now, so or 3 anyways. So it's getting
Lifting your leg probably hurt.
but you know, it is what it is. I'm dealing with it.
I tell you, we're all just little Ford Pintos falling apart in the driveway, man.
There we go.
The problem is
Can you see all the numbers? I can't see all the numbers on the thing. Can you?
I keep thinking
No, I can't see them all. I
Did I-
can only see 4 rows.
I
there.
used to be able to do them because I was young. You know how that goes.
There's a lot of things I used to be able to do when I was young, Doug.
But the problem is this guy doesn't see the difference, and he just keeps
How
going.
about now?
Yes.
Okay.
That
What
guy's
about go away?
awful happy.
He's always happy.
Oh
He's giving
yeah,
away yarn. He's
That's
giving away
Matt.
yarn. That's why he's happy.
they get like 6 months vacation over there though. Let's not
Yeah.
forget that.
He shaved though. Last week he had a facial hair.
Good morning.
Now
Yeah.
he looks like he's a teenager.
Hey, I got 7, 8, 9 on my card too. 26, 29. We got a lot of same numbers. Holy cow, 45. Oh, you got 34. Damn. I got 50. 59. We got a lot of same numbers. Holy cow.
Well, hopefully it'll call some of our numbers then.
Yeah.
Wasn't he in the Hunger Games?
No.
No. See, usually when I'm at work, I'll just like my alarm will go off and I'll just start the program up and put it in my pocket. You get 25 points, like 25 coins, regardless for just playing the game, as long as your bingo card comes up.
And then you can use those in their store when you build up your points to get free stuff.
Looks like
Well,
we're doing 2 games today.
We're just playing. We're just playing bingo, Mark. That's all we're doing. So you got, I get
Yeah,
different cards.
it's 2 games.
I got no balls
Yeah.
yet on mine. What the hell?
I got 1.
What was
Maybe if I went sideways on my phone, that would help. You think?
No, that'd be worse.
No, you're fine.
Pepe.
Oh wait, yeah,
Oh, there
that's
you go.
better.
If I find something to set it on where it stays.
So as for a wood project today, I know Annie asked me to do a 3D rose. So Annie's gonna have to figure out what rose she wants me to do. Right, Annie?
So I have
That,
to go find a picture. Is that what you're telling me?
I'll pull up some pictures for you.
there.
You just got to figure out which one you want me to do.
Okay.
Okay. Does it mean you're buying it?
Probably.
Oh, maybe got to auction it off.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I'm just figuring this out. Just give me a minute.
It was good the way it was.
So how was
Right
your weekend,
there.
Mark? What were you up to?
Joe,
Oh,
making me seasick.
Yeah.
Yep, that works
If
right there.
I can find
Right
something to
here.
put
Stop.
under it to hold it. I know, but I'm trying to find. I'd have to sit here and hold it the whole time. I don't want to do
Oh,
that.
that's not good.
Mm.
Right there. Right there. That's
Yep.
good.
Yeah, that's good.
What were you
I
up to
like
this
that
weekend, Mark?
color.
live stream on Sunday. I was a total oxygen thief Saturday. Got a live stream
Well, no,
this
you
evening.
were on with us on Saturday though.
Yeah, but I didn't even earn the air I was breathing. That's what I mean by oxygen
Oh,
thief.
oh. How'd your show go?
Show went excellent. I spotlighted a guy on YouTube who runs a channel called Brad's Custom Signs, and he does some fabulous stuff, cutting out various layers of MDF and the way he paints everything up, gets it all glued together, and then does a flood coat pour of epoxy over the top. And what he focuses on the old time gas station signs.
Yep.
And by the time he's done with everything with his airbrush work and what have you, it looks like the old porcelain signs from the 40s, 50s,
Oh,
and
that
early
sounds awesome.
60s. I mean, the guy does some fantastic work. So
What's it?
we had
What's his
him on
channel?
as a guest. It's called Brad's Custom Signs. I'll go find a link to his channel.
Oh, I'm pulling it up right now.
Oh, okay. He does some awesome stuff.
Custom signs made from. Oh, those are awesome signs. Holy cow, those are awesome.
So how you doing on numbers, everybody?
I have 3.
I got one.
I have
Annie?
I don't have any.
Now I have 4.
Are you even playing?
I got a rock.
All right. People in chat, how you doing?
Wow, those are freaking awesome. Protect Fire Services, GM sign, Harley sign. Those are freaking nice.
And he cuts it all out of MDF. Uses a 3/4 inch MDF base, and everything else is 1/4 inch MDF, and he just stacks up the layers, painting all the stuff as he goes.
Chris
And
K's
then
got 3 numbers.
Cool.
Anybody else in the
Oh,
chat?
somebody
Oh,
just got
Yeah.
bingo.
Oh man, I had like 2 numbers.
I had to.
I had 4.
I don't know how many I have.
No,
I
Sarah
haven't
got
looked.
sidetracked. Chris had 3 numbers. Sarah didn't even play. She got sidetracked.
Aw,
Oh, I had 3 numbers.
I had 4 then. There.
Yeah, but you got a good
Not in the
start on
same
your 3
rows.
row. But you got a good start on your next game though.
How many times have you won?
Actually, I have 6 numbers.
0.
0.
Yeah, but you have to get, this
0.
is what, 3 rows straight across from B to O.
Annie won one
See,
game once.
yeah. See, but Doug, you got to keep in mind. There's probably 10,000 people playing.
Or more.
I was just
Yeah.
wondering how many
Yeah.
times
Yeah.
you won.
Yeah. I've never
Yeah.
won. I've come close. Connie's come close.
Yeah.
Annie's come
Yep.
close. Well,
Yeah,
we've all come
Well,
close.
Annie
like
won one.
I won one.
you
Chris
won
K,
one.
did you
What'd
win one?
what did you get? What'd you win?
I just got the points because I didn't make the draw.
Oh,
Chris K,
And
did you win once? She said one win.
cool.
So I don't know if
I,
she's saying that she won once or talking about
Yeah.
somebody else or.
like
And if
I'd
you
love to
did
win one.
win,
I would love to
if
win
you
one of
did
those huge
win,
baskets.
Chris K, what did you win?
Come on, call some numbers, dude.
There's Jason.
That
Jason's back
we
joining us.
have. Hi, Doug. Oh, the
I
five.
still got 3 numbers. Hey, Jason. So,
So,
Doug,
Do we
uh,
know when
here's the
Jack
shoulders
is
so
going
we
to
can
blood?
see some work from you.
Who, what?
Huh?
I said,
What is
take care
that?
of that shoulder so we can see some work from you.
I did do some work last couple of weeks. Videos.
yeah, I seen that.
Why are they not coming up in my feed? I'm going to have to go and look now.
YouTube's real good about unsubscribing me for people from me.
Well, that's
Yeah, I know that.
off because I watch my,
I did the last 3 weeks in a row. I put a video up.
Okay, I will go back and watch them.
Didn't Connie made comments on them? I thought.
Oh,
Chris
see,
K
I'm
won 3 cones
unsubscribed
of
now too.
cotton
What the hell?
thread. Chris K won once, and it was 3 cones of cotton thread, pink, blue, and yellow. Very cool.
We've been out of power since Thursday. Thursday night, the tornadoes ripped through here, and I've been running on a generator. Haven't done anything in shop because you can't hear anything but the generator. You know.
Okay, no, it says I'm still subscribed to you, but you're not coming up in my feed. So
I did not do it.
I'll go back.
I was
and-
unsubscribed.
like
I was
your work.
unsubscribed and just resubscribed because you had a video up 3 days ago. I seen that one, and then Buccaneers Flaming Crotch Bowl 10 days ago. I haven't seen that one yet though.
No, and then I did one a week before that too. Was just a little goblet, something to see how I would feel about doing it. And that's when I realized that I'm a little sore with doing things, but that was 3 weeks ago, so I'm not as bad now.
Yep. Rusty's starting a bit out of practice.
There you go. That's the one.
Oh, but that Spalted Maple Bowl, that looks freaking pretty nice. I like the dye you did on that.
Oh, I forgot about that one. So I got 4 videos up then.
Yeah. You got 4 videos up, yeah.
I
I
forgot
like
about
the
that one.
sculpted wood. It's so
I got
pretty.
you, Doug. I'll share you out.
I got so many people that piss and moan about me putting that stain on there.
You're never going to please everybody, man.
Like it's a piece of rotten, moldy wood. Well, it's beautiful. I don't see how you ruined it. Like it's basically not even good for fires.
It's mine. Get over it.
You're right.
Does anybody have the
Exactly.
volume on their bingo, and is that cotton or what is that? I'm just curious.
I didn't hear what he said. My volume's off on mine.
You're a liar.
Okay.
You're a liar. Are you going to
Chris
take
K
a nap?
says
Okay.
there we have 4 numbers the same. Cool. I just figured I'd put mine
I have
out there
10
that way if
numbers.
anybody wanted to watch.
Yeah, some of those
Good.
projects were just so I could get something up. They're quick, easy, 1-day projects. You know, I can get it done and get it going. And then I got to
Looks
stay.
like a
Try and stay away from the resin finishes because that takes like 2-3 days. And
Freaking look at Connie go.
So
Yeah.
Connie's
I got
quite a
5.
bit.
like cotton.
Huh?
I got 5
That
numbers.
looks like cotton.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've got quite a few.
you only
I got
need.
7.
How do you did bingo? You got to go always straight across one line.
Well, this is for 3 rows across.
It's
Oh.
3
The first
rows.
one
yeah,
was
you get-
1. This is 3.
And then we do.
And
the
then
whole
we'll do
And
a
then we do
blackout.
Oh, you got to get all of them.
Yeah.
Oh, yep. So we've been running on generator. It's I'm working on about $200 worth of fuel since the tornadoes come through Thursday night.
Oh,
They come through
I'm not
Thursday
doing
and
so
Friday.
well.
We had like 9 tornadoes shoot through. And that's the closest I've ever been to one. I've never seen that kind of storm stormage outside. So it wasn't. It was a few miles away, but it's still everything's
had-
messed up.
We had 3 last night, but they didn't come into town and they didn't touch down onto the ground.
We don't normally get them.
We
We
had-
don't normally see them here in Michigan. So
I guess we got the outer winds Friday night. Neighbor lost some trees that twisted. I lost 2 trees. One almost hit my house. Scared the crap because it would have took out my son's bedroom. Scared the crap out of me.
Yeah.
It was like
Well, yeah,
4
but
feet out.
but Annie, you were saying those were 85-foot tall trees. So
Yeah.
that was out quite a ways.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is the neighbors behind me, he said his trees looked like somebody just reached down and just twisted them off. And that broke, they were twisted.
Wow.
Thank you, Chris K.
So it had to, we at least had to get some of the outer winds from it. But like I said, I'm down in this hollow and he's up way up above us. So
You don't.
It doesn't look like I have a chance in hell right now.
yeah, we got the
I
hail.
know.
I had wind come in the. I have a skylight in the bathroom. It blew water in through the window somehow, and it went into the tub. I heard it falling in the tub.
Oh wow.
It didn't blow the window out, but the water came in. I don't know where it came in from. It never leaked before.
I want a skylight in the bathroom. Bill thinks I'm insane because that our bathroom is so dark.
No, it's
that I
not
think
dark.
a
It's
skylight would be great.
here. So that's the skylight in the bathroom.
Yeah, you get so
Holy
much
cow.
natural light that way.
Right.
We
So
never
how's everybody doing on their numbers? How many are you getting?
3.
Let's look at 5.
But they're not helping me because they're all scattered.
Again,
Yeah, I'm not getting
me and
numbers
Mark have
though.
0.
You don't have to worry about you don't
I
have to worry
didn't-
about
I
tornadoes
didn't-
though, Mark, do you?
I got
You
a
don't have
rock.
tornadoes
Huh?
either.
No, we
You
don't
don't
have
have
tornadoes out here. They have
Yeah.
happened, but it's rare. I mean, we're talking about 3 per century or something like that. We
Like,
just don't get
How
that
many,
extreme
Connie?
weather.
Would it be a real tornado or just a really big dust devil?
11,
The biggest
Wow.
we've had was an F2.
now
Oh
12.
really? Okay.
Yeah.
Utah doesn't get tornadoes very often. They've only gotten like 3 in their whole
Yeah.
all the records ever.
I am just above. So Tornado Alley comes up through Texas and then comes across what we call the 94 corridor or 8090. It
Right.
comes across that, and 94 is just south of me, like
Well, I'm in Kansas.
or something like that. So it comes across that and go.
Yeah.
We don't normally get them shooting up through the state like that. So
Chris
Well,
has
I'm
8
in
numbers now.
Kansas, and Tornado Alley has moved to the eastern part of Kansas. And our town has only been hit twice where they landed down on the ground, but they were on the outskirts because our town has the Pawnee River and the Arkansas River comes together right on the outside of our town, and the storms split around our town and don't hit the inside of our town.
well, I mean, the lakes do us a lot of help too. So in the wintertime, we don't get the temperatures that the other side of the lake does. Like John gets these super cold temps. So does Minnesota and Wisconsin. But
Right.
the lakes keep us warm.
Right.
'Cause that comes across and that's warmer air. So
And
And
for
then-
us, it's
That's
the rivers.
yeah.
The rivers, the storms split
Mhm.
around us.
Usually
That's
that's your
cute.
conflict is the hot and cold pressures that are coming through.
Right.
And then they conflict with each other. If one's pushing the other one, that's where you're having your problems at. So.
Well, that's okay because I don't want it in town. I want it to split and go away from us.
There you go.
Last night we had 3 tornadoes on the outskirts of town, headed right to the center of the town, and they went around and they didn't even come down on the ground. They've only one time had damage from a tornado way out of town. There was a building that kind of got messed up, but other than that, that's it.
Well, they had some. Was that London, Kentucky?
Yeah,
Just
14
tore
people.
it up. That was a big tornado.
Wichita got hit really bad last night, Pratt, and some other places, but they're further east and south of where I live. So,
When did you order it, Chris? Just now?
what?
Well, I know. Well, that's
Chris
like on.
ordered 2 of this new yarn.
It's like
Like
on
shipping
Friday.
sucks and got me.
Yeah,
On
but
Friday, Jessica was saying that the sirens went off in St. Louis, and so they basically closed work. She went home, and then nothing happened.
Oh,
Oh,
I
somebody
thought
got
a
bingo.
tornado. I thought a tornado came down in St. Louis the
Yeah,
other
it
day.
did.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Parts of it got tore
Yeah,
up,
yeah,
and I think it went
Yeah.
on to, or
yeah. She was saying it went through the older part of the city
Mm-hmm.
where like all the brick where the old brickwork buildings were at.
Uh-huh.
I need 15 numbers.
Okay, I take that back. Our biggest
I need 12.
tornado was in 1972, and it was an F3. And they're a little bit more common here than I thought.
You just look up
And where
tornado
are you
history.
at?
Yeah, in Oregon. I'm
That's
in
what I
Oregon,
thought. That's
but
what I
we've
thought.
never had one in this county. This
Yeah.
county or
Let me
the next one to the north. We've never had a tornado.
let me know how it is, Chris.
Like I know we're looking up tornado history in Grand Prairie here. The last one went through here in 2004, and the
Yeah.
last one before that was in 1963.
Yeah.
There's
Well,
very rarely do we get tornadoes up here.
they had 3 last year, but they were all EF0, and
yeah,
they
but you
were
know
all
those minus
way
50
out to the
degree
east.
temperatures you get, John? I don't see them at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I
you
don't see
know,
any of that either. We don't
Yeah.
see
see none
anything.
of that minus 50 degree stuff.
We don't see
Yeah,
anything minus.
but we also only have mosquitoes for 1 week of the entire year.
You know what? I went to
So
Vail, Colorado last year, and you know what there's none of? There are no bugs in Vail, Colorado.
you're right.
That's
It was
that's
that
awesome,
There's
way
none.
Sarah.
You could
it,
stand outside and nothing tried to eat you alive.
That's
it was
must
right.
be
that
all
way in Nevada as well. There were no
must be must
mosquitoes, no fleas, no none of that stuff.
must be all the birds.
It was
Now,
Oh,
just
in like
Sarah,
so Salt
too
Lake,
dry.
is that bird called a
yeah,
magpie?
it's dry in Salt Lake too, but you
Mhm.
do get mosquitoes because of the Great Salt Lake. But in Utah, the tornadoes don't come there very often because of the mountains. You're in a bowl,
Virginia.
and they
Yeah,
can't pick
yeah,
up speed.
that's the way
And
it
this
is
yeah.
happened
here.
twice, but not very much, not very
Only
Was that
big.
bird.
here too? But like Grand Prairie is literally in a bowl as well. So like because you come over the mountain, like over a hill to come
Hmm.
down into the city on all four sides of us.
Yeah,
So
the only
it's
part,
not bad.
yeah,
The only problem we have though is when the wind comes over, it hits the other crest and basically cycles around like this. That's why it's so freaking
right.
windy here all the time. It never
Well,
dies down.
in Salt Lake, you have 5 mile opening at the south end of the valley, and then you have a bigger opening at the top, and that's the Great Salt Lake, which also messes up the any tornadoes affecting it because you got all that damn water.
Yeah.
We're
Well,
surrounded by mountains.
I don't know nothing about being
Sarah,
surrounded by water.
Sarah says she ordered the purest seashell pattern because she saw it worked up in the same colors of the carnival yarn that she just got in. That's
Awesome.
awesome. Took
Which
me a
one?
minute to get a word in there.
Which one?
That's
Yeah, Ontario's the only one that don't touch Michigan, I think.
We're surrounded by 2 different mountain
Huron,
ranges
Michigan,
here.
3.
Ontario touches Michigan,
No,
Detroit.
Lake Ontario? No, it don't.
Don't you have part of the
Oh,
Rockies,
Lake
Mark?
Ontario.
No, we have the Siskiyous and the Cascades.
Oh, that's right. Because
The only thing we
the
worry about
Rockies
out
go up through Idaho into
Colorado.
Washington.
Yeah. Yeah, the only thing we worry about out here is wildfires, earthquakes, and volcanoes.
If you rake the forest, you'd be okay.
If you get the Sierra Club out of the forest, we'd be even better.
Chris K is asking Connie, are you close?
Yeah, I just put my thing up. I need 1 on 1 row, 2 on 2 rows, and 3 on the other one. I only have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 numbers I need.
I got a rock.
I need 1,
I need
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
17. I'm not even close to anything.
I
I don't even have one row.
Me either.
What is Mark?
What about you, Annie?
We needed
Well,
we needed music, Doug. We needed music.
Beatbox. Is that what you're doing
Yeah.
down there? It sounded like
yeah,
beatbox.
yeah.
We needed music.
Oh, okay.
Is that cotton?
Oh, it's
Is that
cold.
cotton?
Yeah, it's cotton.
Yes.
Yeah, it's their
cold.
new
Chris,
cotton.
Chris K.
Burnishes.
Chris K says their new cotton. She ordered some on Thursday. But the shipping got her.
Oh yeah, I imagine. It's pretty colors.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, yeah. Lake Ontario doesn't touch you. It's on the other side of Ontario, which is on the other side of Michigan.
Yeah, I know where it's at.
So you got Erie, Huron, and Michigan. Yeah, well, Superior doesn't touch you as well. Superior, yeah, I guess Superior
It
does
does
touch
touch the UP. Yeah.
Ain't it great for people to tell you what lakes are near you there, Doug?
John used to be in Detroit all the time. He knows what's near me.
Ah,
Don't you have relatives in
Last time
Ontario or
Yeah.
Windsor?
you. Yeah, my family. I still got family in Windsor.
Yeah. So Windsor's north of me. No, it's south of me. It's south
South.
of me, but Canada's north. I have to go southwest to get to either. I can go.
Yeah,
I
because
can
like
go
I said, my great grandmother lived just off of 5 Mile.
Oh, in Detroit, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I grew up on, the other famous part of them, Many Mile Roads. Oh, I grew up on the north side of 8 Mile. Because the south side of it was the Big D.
I want that set of purple hooks just because they're purple.
Somebody's got a hook. Oh, I got to make hooks. Damn it, I got to order them.
You're making hooks?
Not the hook, just the handle for the hook, and they interchange into one handle. You can buy a kit from Penn State Pen Turners.
Really?
Yeah. So it's a set
Yeah,
like this.
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, you're making your
I'm spinning the pen blank. And then
yeah. So
those things stick in it.
so
Right.
you got the pen blank that the insert goes into, and
Right.
you put your hook into that. I've seen those.
Yeah, they're like
Ooh.
$40 or something like that. So, but
Yeah.
I made last year in June. I made that fire pit or yarn bowl for my granddaughter for her 16th birthday because she crochets. So I got to make those for her this year.
Well, let us know when you're doing the hook set, and I'm sure you're probably getting at least 30 sets out of it.
Wow, Connie, you are way closer than I am.
They are, I think
Yeah.
they're like $35
I need 9. Chris K needs 8.
here real quick.
I need 7.
I bookmarked them.
Now Chris K needs 7.
I need 10. Yes, Doug, if you do
You
that,
need 1, 2,
Like
3,
what?
4, 5, 6, 7,
I need
8.
6.
They
Come on, I
emptied
only need 6 to go.
the cart for me.
Come on.
I'm not going to say it.
God darn it.
Ah,
Shoot.
I just got a 5.
They're $30 for that, and then I was gonna get. Oh, I had to get bushings because I don't know if I had the bushings anymore for it. So you turn down to a specific
L.
thing. So I'll show you. What
So
I'm
how
talking
much
about.
how much would you charge for a set then?
Oh hell, I don't even know what they. Where's your link at here? This is the link. I mean, the kit itself is paste. There we go. Am I still
Yeah, you should be.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I think the bushings are $5 or $6 for it. So that's why I said $35 plus whatever it cost me to get it here. The more kits you buy, the cheaper they are. So
Yeah.
I mean, what do you make on a kit turning it? You're looking at $40 to $50 maybe. I know you're supposed to do 3 times your material cost, but now I'm looking at $90 for a set of those. And then you can buy different size individual hooks. There's more than just what's in that kit. You can buy bigger ones.
Yeah.
be right back.
I am purchasing the molds, resin molds to make crochet hooks.
Oh, make plastic ones? Yeah, that's kind of
No,
cool.
resin.
Yes, it's plastic.
I know,
Yeah,
but
it's plastic.
yeah,
It's plastic.
it's hard plastic.
It's
really
still
hard.
plastic. You mix this
Yeah.
and this, and it makes plastic. If you
Right.
light it on fire, it burns black, just like plastic.
True.
Yeah, I just went through having my sponsor send me some, and like you didn't send me enough for 2 projects. They sent me 2 little dinky things and 2 dinky things of hardener, and I'm like, what the hell am I supposed to do with this? You know. And I think they sent me the same amount of hardener as they did
Well,
resin,
I
which
was I was just gonna ask.
2 to 1.
I was just gonna ask you if I was just gonna
Yeah,
ask you. Uh, Go ahead.
I did not get my card.
I was just gonna ask you if Total
No,
Boat
I
was still
didn't
sponsoring
either.
you.
Yes, they just sent me. They sent me a 3-gallon kit of
I
deep
got mine now.
Fathom, and then they sent me like a half a gallon of the normal stuff that I get, and I'm like, okay, but it's a structural, it's a newer stuff, so
Oh.
we'll see. I say next month I'll tell them, hey, I need some, 2-to-1 high performance because that's normally what I use. I don't normally use the other stuff because it takes 3 days or so. It takes 3 days for it to set up, and it's still gummy and gooey. It doesn't stay true.
Oh, wow.
Right, because it's made for pouring a great amount of it. It doesn't get hot, overheat, and crack. So
I hope Sarah's playing this time.
Yeah.
So what about if
Well,
you do like sectional pours, like instead of one deep pour?
that's fine, but then
You
you
know.
get witness lines and things. So you'll
Yeah.
see where the separations are, and it's too hard to mix colors exactly the same to where you don't like I'm working on one right now. So I started it when the damn TV series came out Wednesday. So I poured in layers because I
Yep.
couldn't put it in a pressure pot. This big black, I don't know, 15-inch. It's a Fowler pot pan for underneath the pot so the water don't leak out of them. So it's it's a couple inches high, but it's 15 inches around. And I did it in black, but I poured it in layers. You're never going to see that. And then I'm going to do the spider web window that they
Yeah.
had where she took all the colors off of one side. So I'm going to do the oddly colored on the one side and then all the gray in the spider web looking window. But like I lost interest in it in the whole damn YouTube thing. So
Hey, Chris K is asking Doug, can you get smaller hooks?
I think you can order smaller hooks on that site. You I think it's got different size
So
hooks.
so the kit you have bookmarked, it has a D, E, F, G, and H hooks in them, and then there's 2 other sets as well. There's a 6 and a 9 hook set as well. They're more expensive though, but
Well,
they
I
look
mean,
like they look like Bates hooks. Like they're pretty sharp ends on them. They're all
oh,
inline too.
I just
yeah, I
I
don't like
just
sharp
clicked
ends.
on I just clicked on one of the links. I didn't. I wrote
Yeah, I'm checking it
crochet
too.
hook
So.
in it, and I just opened the link and copied it. So
Yay, I got a number.
They look like nice freaking. They look like nice hooks.
I
though.
didn't.
they're not really long, so I don't
I
know.
wonder-
They're kind of short and stubby, and somebody else said they were. Oh, I made a set for Kim Tippett, and she said they were too fat for her. But she got long, skinny, bony fingers.
Yeah, exactly.
She was super thin.
But they're
I mean,
they're
tall.
You get.
they got a 3-inch hook on them, and these ones are actually the ones I have are only 1.5 inches. So I don't see what they would be an issue though.
I think it had something to do with how it felt in her hand. And then my sister-in-law
Well,
put some kind of rubber thing around the end of it, so their hand didn't slide.
Silicone.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I made a set for Kim, and I made a set for my sister-in-law for Christmas. So I would assume you can. I know Chris is asking. I assume you can get smaller hooks. Like look around in that site. So I know they make seam rippers. They make all kinds of things. I've made them.
yeah. So
I
the
got a
first
number.
set. So the second set I'm
Me and
looking
you got
at.
the same number.
Comes in a C, D, E, F, G, and H set, which is a little more expensive.
What I mean, what is it? 35?
2.75, 3.25, 3.5, 3.75, 4, and 5.
No, I meant price.
Oh, price wise, they're $40 a piece. That set's 40 a piece.
So that's 40. Yeah, it's $10 more for what? 3 more hooks.
Yeah, but they're small. They're smaller size hooks though.
For whatever you might want to do, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's two numbers.
And then the set of 9, which is $50. It comes with a bigger variety. I think that would be your better bet to go with. So
It would
honestly,
be, but
because you get nine different sizes.
I will look through it a little better. Plus, then, all right. So if you look down
And then you're looking
lower,
at
you'll see where it says
$80 a
bush-
set.
Right, but you're looking at down further. I got to look at the bushings. See if you scroll down the page, what you need, and it'll have bushings, and then extra tubes or whatever you might need in case you screw up.
Yeah.
So
bush,
I think I got ordered the bushings for like $5 or something.
yeah,
like that.
bushings are. Let me open this up.
It should be the same
tab.
ripper.
Extra tubes are PKT 38.
All right. I'm pretty sure I have the bushings. I've only ever done the 2 sets, but I'm not positive. I haven't looked. So
Yeah, your two piece bushing set $6 for the 9-piece set I'm looking at right now.
oh, okay.
It's
We have a
thinking.
seat ripper, a mini.
Well, just don't screw up. Just don't screw up, and you're good to go.
I still have to have the bushings. The bushings turn the plastic down to fit the pieces on the end. So the cap, and then where the there's a receiver that the hooks slide into. So those pieces get hooked into the tube, and then you just pull the hook out of it, put the next one in. So
But Mark, you do know that brown shoes and black tuxedo is actually the look nowadays, right?
Yeah, no.
No, it is. It's called the hipster look.
yeah, I got it.
I
It's
just
the
have the
worst look.
feeling I just have the feeling that it should be my wife sitting here. Because this is her world. I thought you were doing woodwork,
We
but
are.
this is her world. I mean, she's
we
she's
are
in the
doing
middle
woodwork,
of-
but we're doing the morning bingo first, though.
oh, and that's cool, That's why I'm keeping my mouth
We're
shut.
talking
Uh-huh.
Doug's here. He's talking about turning, so that's
I was
we're still
turning,
talking woodwork, right?
But you're talking about the craft field and the
Here.
world of yarn and fiber, and
Here's a
her
picture
world.
for you, John.
I mean, she's got her
but he's still
tapestry
talking about
loom set
turning.
up right now.
Yeah,
doing a
we can change
tapestry.
the subject. There you go. You can't unsee that now.
Oh, they got a lot of cool
I've
stuff.
seen that
here.
before.
Yeah, and now you can't unsee it.
Oh, they even yo-yo kits.
Yeah.
Oh, Penn State Industries. Yeah, they got all kinds of things.
Yeah. Penn State's got some really cool stuff. Like so you can go with crochet hooks, seam rippers. They also got the foldable scissors that'll go into the case and everything else.
I gotta save this slide.
But they're pens. But their pens are freaking, bolt action pens and freaking their little click pens and all kinds of cool stuff in there.
Okay, now
I got one right here.
But they're all based on your tube size
I
and your
made
bushings
this
and
one.
stuff, right?
this discussion I can participate in because I've got what is this I've got here? I've got
Show it again, Doug.
There you go. This is my. This was a dog chew I bought at the pet store. It's a.
Oh, nice.
antler.
That looks like an antler.
It is an antler,
Yeah.
and that's the marrow down the inside of it.
Nice.
And then I left it. You can see it's
Cool.
kind of concaved right here, so you can hold on to it when you write.
Yeah.
But that's a clicky pen I made.
See,
I get
I've always been curious.
Oh, somebody got bingo.
I've always been curious about people that turn pens because like they always make them like so big and bulky. Like they don't make them like they made like cigar pens, right? But they don't make like slimline. Like slimline, I think is more easy to be
That's
holdable.
what there is a slimline pen kit.
Yeah, some people turn
Specifically
slim
called
line pin.
slimline.
I've been sent several.
But a
See,
lot of
'cause
people will make them like fat, so they go fat and then they're a little dinky in the middle. I made a bunch
Yeah.
of slim. I made
see,
them thin.
like I would actually
Right, but
prefer like a pen,
the
like pencil
problem I
size,
had was
rather than
old
a big
people,
bulky
old
cigar,
people were
right?
buying them and they can't hold on to the little pens, so they want the big one so they can hold on to it because they can't grip it with their fingers. They're curled or whatever, so they want the bigger, fatter pens.
But I know Penn State also sells fountain tip pens as well,
Yes.
and glass tip dips, right? Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Those are all just kits that plug into doing. You basically all you're doing is turning the tube, and everything else gets pushed together
Yeah.
and pressed together.
Yeah.
So
I'm sending 3 blanks to a one of my channel members up in Washington who turns a lot of pins. And I'm so Scottish, it's not even funny. What it is it's blue mica powder in the epoxy, and it's scraps of walnut to
Hey, JJ.
include. I have an 11-gallon trash bag full of walnut shavings from my planer. And I included
Wow.
that in the glue up in the casting, and it looks cool. It really looks nice.
yeah, he could have probably done with a sandwich bag full of it for pen playing.
Well, no,
Yeah.
I mean I've done all kinds of things with this. I have made
I have some bog oak that a
Mhm.
guy sent me from I think Australia.
Yeah.
I think he was in Australia, but it's black. It's like bog oak, and it's like 8,000 years old.
bog oak is
Yeah.
expensive.
He sent me 3 chunks
Yeah,
of it,
it's
and I could
really
turn a few ink pens with it.
It's
I still
cool.
have it. I haven't used it. I'm like, I don't have to waste this on, you know.
Yeah. Bog oak is cool.
Well,
It's really
black.
cool.
It's really weird. It's black.
hmm And it's
It
expensive stuff.
it absorbs all the tannins from
Mm-hmm.
the bog and peat that it was buried in for like
Yeah.
centuries.
Thousands of years. Yeah, he said it was a couple thousand years old or something like that.
Yeah, the tannins absorb the minerals from the peat bog, and it turns the wood black all the way through.
Like I know some peat bog oak you get from England or Scotland it was red.
It depends on the
This
mineral
stuff is
content.
black, and I thought he was from Australia. I remember his channel. I have to look at the sticker board so I can remember his
I
channel.
still want to get some like really nice looking flame elder though, like box flame elder.
A box
Can't find
elder,
any.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what the tariff's going to be on me if I send it to you.
Well, no,
it won't be on you, Doug. It'll be on John.
It'll be on John.
So I was actually researching this whole tariff thing, right? And the thing is that anything under $800,
It's normal,
anything
right?
under $800, it is not subject to tariff law.
Let me see
Anything
what I can
over
get
800, like yeah, because like mass produced machinery and equipment and stuff that is being shipped over $800 is subject to the tariff laws.
Yeah,
Well,
I was kidding. I knew it was. I could get
well
away
then,
with that to
well
you.
then, this piece of koa is $10,000.
Oh yeah. Then I got to pay the tariffs on it.
What do you want? Just round pieces or what?
What, me?
Yeah, what are you looking for?
Oh, like
Because
like something that I can actually
Oh, I don't have
something
any
I can
plans.
actually resaw down to like something I can
Oh.
resaw down to 1/4 inch and then laminate it back up again, right? To make like flat boards. See, so my brother-in-law that lives in Golden, he actually cut a tree down, and he's a chainsaw firewood guy, right? So he actually he goes in after the forestry company's been in, and he gets to reclaim everything that's fallen that didn't get picked up. So he gets to reclaim all that, bring it back to his place, buck it up, and cord it up for firewood. And he had this one piece one time, and it was like blues and reds and oranges all throughout the whole piece, right?
Mhm.
He cut it in half, took a picture of it, and then he freaking bucked it all up and made it into firewood. I'm like, what are you doing? Why would you do that?
Well, you
He's
know,
like,
My
ah, just fire.
ancestors,
It's just firewood. It's no big deal. I'm like, oh my god, you could have turned that. You could have sold that for like $600 a slab.
oh,
When we were
hi
stationed in
Mary.
Hawaii, we had something similar happen. There's a tree that grows over there. It's called kamani, and the whole tree is the curliest grain you've ever seen. Real heavy flame on this stuff. I mean, the Chitoyance is just out of this world. We had and our road was just lined with these trees. It's an endangered wood, so you can't buy it.
you can't cut it down. If it falls, then you can use it.
Exactly. A storm came through and it knocked a branch out, one of the high branches out of this tree. And this branch at its where it connected to the trunk, it was 14 inches in diameter. The dude whose yard it fell in, he cut it up into 12-inch long lengths and was going to use it for firewood in Hawaii.
Yeah. Well,
But
I just got
but
some
this
from Hawaii, Ohia.
Ohia, yeah.
I and that's the same thing. That's protected also.
Well, this stuff was so curly and so dense he couldn't get a splitting maul through it. So he had all these chunks sitting next to his house for about 3.5 years. So I said, "Hey, what are you going to do with all that?" He says, "I don't know. You want it?" So I grabbed a bunch of it and resawed it. And in fact, I had Billy turn a coffee scoop for Linda. Let me go grab it and I'll show you. This stuff is gorgeous.
I remember that.
I haven't seen Billy in a minute. I talked to him the other day, but I haven't seen him in a minute.
Yeah, I haven't seen him for a while.
He's dealing with some
He's
medical
got a lot of
issues,
things
and his
going
wife
on.
just had a knee replacement.
Yeah, she did that, and now somehow burned his retina in his eye.
Yeah.
I hung out in one of these here with him for a little while. One day, he was trying to get me to do stuff in my shop, and I told him I wasn't interested.
I am not doing well in bingo today.
Yeah, me neither. Uh,
I'm not
How
doing as
about
well
how
as I
about how
was in
about
the first game.
how about you, John?
Okay, so
I'm doing crappy as well. I got nothing. I got like
the
Yeah.
Buccaneers flaming crotch bowl.
Okay, I don't know
John,
if you can see that
you can
or
see it.
not.
Looks pretty
That's
good.
beautiful.
Yeah, I
Um,
scribbled.
I,
Wow.
d- I don't I don't have I got a new set of cordless headsets, and the USB port I used to use for my ring light is now taken. But the flame on that is just crazy.
That's beautiful.
There is no stain on this. That's the wood,
oh wow.
Wow.
and it's
Wow.
just a lacquer finish on it. But she uses this every day, and it's that
What
wood
is
is
it
fantastic.
actually? What
I'm
is it?
sorry. The wood is called Kamani, Kamani, and
I've never heard of that.
it's a coffee scoop that she scoops out for tea, her loose leaf tea.
Mm. I've
And
never
I
heard of that. Kamani. Never heard of
most
it.
most folks never have, because it is endangered. They used to make like tabletops, mallets. It's a real hard, dense wood, but it turns and machines beautifully.
It is beautiful.
Yep.
Love
It's
the
gorgeous
color.
stuff. I wish I had my ring light up. You could see the flame in it, but right now you can't because I don't have the. I just got a new headset. My USB port that I used to use for my ring light is now being used for my cordless headset.
And see, I don't use those kind. I just use the Bluetooth. You charge it up with the. I think the ones I have on now is a C adapter. You just charge it. There's nothing to plug in anywhere.
Yeah,
It's just Bluetooth
this uses a USB dongle
dongle.
that it
Yeah,
connects to.
dongle.
So
Yeah, I think Zax has a dongle. His headset. Mine do not. I have two of them. I just got a different one today.
Oh,
It's
had a
charging.
bingo.
There.
Man,
Damn it.
So my USB hub is supposed to be here today, so I can plug all this stuff in at once.
Yeah. I haven't used an actual computer in probably 2 or 3 years.
My
I
whole
just
life
use my
revolves.
tablet.
My whole life revolves around this desktop PC.
Yeah.
I've got 2 laptops over there. I haven't used them for a long time.
Yeah, I get out my laptop, plug it in once a year, charge it up, and let it update. Then I shut it off and don't use it until we go out of town.
Oh, I
I
use
don't
my
update
laptop
them.
every day.
I do not update them whenever I plug it in to use it for whatever reason. Would you like to update? No. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You update it, then you get problems. No, just leave it
Always.
alone.
Ah,
I need
Just leave
12
it the
numbers.
hell alone. I
2,
need 1, 2,
10, 12. I need
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need to look like 10. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, 10. All right,
Chris
the ones
needs
in
10.
chat, how many numbers?
Chris needs
10
10.
numbers. How about Mary? How many numbers do you need for a blackout? And John, how many do you need?
Like back in my
For a
drinking days,
blackout.
all I needed was a bottle of bourbon
Yeah,
for a
we're on
blackout.
blackout now. How many do you need for a blackout?
5, 9. I need 9 for a blackout.
Okay,
oh,
that's not bad.
lose. 14.
Not bad. Well, I
I
need
know I only
10.
got 1 row. So crappy.
I haven't even got 1 row across yet. I've got all my B's.
Go put
Does
this
that
back.
count?
Oh, I got two full rows now. 2, 3 full. I got 3 full rows. Well, I get 2 full verticals.
Oh,
Lay
So I need
down if
8
you
numbers
that's
now.
okay. I don't want to lay down right now, Annie. Maybe later.
Well, I don't care. He's not laying down. He's sitting in here
Yeah,
staring
this is
out the
pretty
window.
much our
Daddy chasing me back in the house.
Doug. This is pretty much our mornings. Like, well, no, see, morning in the U.S. is at like 9 o'clock or 9 o'clock Central,
What
and then
time is
all
it?
the rest of the week, Monday to Tuesday to Thursday is what 1 o'clock, something like that.
Yeah, it's 10 on
Noon
Yeah,
Monday
Central
and
for
9
the bingos.
and 1 on the other days.
yeah, yep.
Except for
Yeah.
10 o'clock on
it got cold
10 o'clock
again.
on Mondays. It's 10 on Mondays, and Tuesdays, Wednesday, and Thursday it's 1 p.m.
Thursday.
I've
Central.
been out doing things, but it's
Yep.
got cold out, so I don't want to be out there now.
I'm with you, Doug.
Well,
Cold.
it was 85
Cold.
degrees until the tornadoes come through, and now it's like it was 45 this morning, and
Let me
like right
see what
now
we
I think
got going.
it's 50 degrees right now. So
I don't know what it is right now.
Yeah, we just got all these stupid
I'm
highs and lows going
showing.
around.
well
I
that
know,
and I,
like climate change and
Yeah.
everything else. That freaking the weather systems everywhere,
I don't
everywhere across the
I,
world are
Yeah.
just
It.
going
I don't want to
crazy.
listen to the damn generator running out there either. I've been listening to it for what
Yeah.
5
It's
now.
showing 54 here. Showing 54 here, and it's going to get up to
No,
66.
it warmed up, and I was outside and didn't want to be stuck in this house no more. Been here all damn winter, so I've been stuck pretty much right there. Just can't do anything.
Morning,
Laying
sunshine.
there, argue with that dog right there
I'm
behind me.
actually surprised. I'm actually surprised that your new president hasn't brought in some new law saying no climate change allowed over the U.S.
That's
Build a dome.
good.
Built a dome over the U.S.
Okay.
I don't think he
Why
holds
not?
a standard like the rest of them does.
You know,
Drill, baby, drill. Doesn't have nothing to do with climate change, buddy. You don't even
number
care.
one, build a wall.
Con-
Number two, build a dome.
No. Number two is drill,
Connie
baby.
or Annie, have you used those type of stitch markers before?
Yeah.
But see, that just kind of shows the difference between American and Canadian culture. We're building a wall on our southern border, and Canada's putting up a privacy hedge.
Not his
No,
providence. His
not even
providence.
like
He's trying to be
you
American.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
you,
to answer
you,
your
you,
question,
you can still
yeah,
step over it. The hedge is only 2 feet tall.
Yeah,
It's
it's
You
got to
want to be
grow
able to,
yet. It's
when you
yeah,
put your
it's
foot on the other
well,
side.
you want to be able to shake hands with the neighbors to the south, right? That's all
yeah,
it's
it's a
for.
boxwood
Hey, neighbor,
hedge.
how's it going, right?
It's going to
El-
take a while.
Alberta is not going to cut the states off.
Okay, Annie, what were you saying?
I have used them. I don't really like them because they tend to burn out and I lose them.
I
That'd
know
be great.
they're
I have to
Okay,
be American and I could pick on him.
okay.
there's
I was
there's a lot
curious.
there is a lot of talk though about separation now. Like,
I mean, I mean, I don't know how your election went. Trudeau was part of your problem. I don't know who the new guy is. I think they say he just all of a sudden popped in from nowhere. He's a nobody. He was installed or something. I don't know.
well, okay, so
He's a banker,
our new prime minister Art Carney
right?
is actually so his businesses are down in the states in New York. Actually, his residence is down in New York. His family lives in New York.
Wow.
He's
Okay,
liberal,
so
same as Trudeau was.
right, but our any sitting president in our country has to give up all that crap before he can sit in his position he's sitting in. So
Well, yeah,
although we know
so so
he didn't actually do that, everything's just in his kids' names, but he still had
exactly,
he still
exactly.
had
So
to
so
do it.
he
Right,
all he has to do is sign off on a piece of paper, say giving control to somebody else that's
right,
still in his family. So
right. But
I'm
did,
pretty sure I'm pretty sure his brother-in-law is taking care of it now.
oh, okay, there you go. See, did they
Hey,
do that?
Larry.
Yeah.
See,
Hi, Larry.
if you look down the line, apparently, so the new prime minister is basically related to Trudeau on his mother's sister's side somewhere along the line.
So it's
Yeah,
all in the family.
You go back
yeah.
far enough,
Yeah.
we're all related. So
Well, yeah, but
I know they've been down to Key Largo out of I don't know what they call them. Are they governors in your um,
provinces.
provinces? Yeah. Are they?
oh,
What?
our
It's a
premier.
woman. It's a woman, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. All right. So I know she's been down to Mar-a-Lago and had
yeah,
talks.
yeah.
I mean, that'd be kind of cool. Just take from there over to Alaska. Just take from you over to Alaska. That'd be awesome.
Well,
No,
see,
but they have to keep. No, they have to keep British. They have to keep Vancouver.
yeah. So we basically want from Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Alberta, and British Columbia. Basically,
Yeah.
all one.
Over that way.
The Western provinces.
Over to
So
Alaska.
yeah, the Western provinces basically all want to separate because basically anything that happens in Ontario, like during elections and stuff. So basically, when the polls close in Ontario, it's basically decided who is in charge of everything.
Right, and that would be one of the reasons why.
Because the population.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the population in Ontario, it
What?
yeah, because the population in Ontario is greater than the other 4 provinces past it. We don't really
Right.
count for anything. Oh, plus the 2
Right.
territories
So
above us.
that's how our electoral college works. The more people you got, the more votes you get. And
Oh, someone got bingo and I needed only
we would
5.
want that because of
I
that.
needed, I needed, I
It would
needed
be
5.
they would get most of the votes.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, I seen all that and I was kind of kidding. I'm like, John's gonna be American.
Shit.
But they have to keep
that'll-
Vancouver. Vancouver is the Justin Bieber of the state, of the province. So
I mean,
they got to keep.
how about we trade them California?
We don't want California.
Yeah. No, Mexico wants California.
I mean, it's already Mexico. What do you mean?
Nah.
All right,
Except
I'm
for
gonna
what,
head
2
out.
major cities.
All right,
I'll
well,
see you guys
Connie.
later. I got things I got to get done. Bye.
all right, we'll be
Have
here.
a
Okay.
good one, Connie.
Bye.
I got a while. I got a little while. I got to go do physical therapy today. I have that pretty young
Physical
blonde
therapy.
try to rip my arm off.
Take that physical therapy seriously because it really does help.
Yes.
Oh no, it does. I mean, I still have. What I can't do is this arm doesn't go this far back, and this is the last thing they're working on, and then putting it up behind my back. So last week she was trying to make me do flip flops on the damn table, twisting my arm because we're trying to stretch those tendons out, I guess.
Yeah.
So that still hurts, but like I can do things that I couldn't do before. I still have some pain, but I may never that may never go away. I might have some discomfort there all the time. The biggest
Yeah,
problem is
I mean,
I have to reach.
honestly, it's been, God, when was the last time I dislocated my shoulder and tore the muscle? 2000, no, yeah, 2001, and it still hurts.
I mean, it is what it is. It's not keeping me awake at night, although I wake up and it hurts, and it's probably because I'm not using it. The biggest issue is I have no muscle strength to it. For a long time, I couldn't even pick my arm up off my side. Like I'm telling it to, it weren't listening. I don't know whose arm they put on me, but it was
Yeah.
not listening to me. I couldn't pick it up. Like this is, I'm doing pretty good here. Not too long ago, I couldn't go about that high with it.
Yeah.
So
Well, not,
being able to lift it up here is doing good, but that's about as far as I can go with it. And you see my whole shoulder goes up, and I start lifting it with my shoulder instead of like this. This one don't do that. That.
well, add to that the fact that you are not in control of what your body does when you're asleep. So you may be getting into positions that you can't do when you're awake. And it's not tearing the muscle, but it's really stretching it, and that's why it's sore when you get up. I'm having that problem now.
Well, it took me forever. So I don't know if y'all remember. I usually sit like this,
Mm-hmm.
and it took me forever to get my arms up to do this, where I could like this didn't hurt at all to do it, and now I can put it back and I can stretch, and it still hurts, but
yeah.
Hey, Larry.
What is
Larry.
All right, and Annie, since you want me to do roses today on my wood cutting show, hey everybody, welcome to Wood If I Could. Bingo session is over now.
Oh, yeah,
Annie,
yes.
how about that one right there in this top corner? The three.
I looked at that one, but the other one, the one I sent you, I was wondering how it was layered. The line drawing one.
Yeah, I got to try and see if I can find
Or do
that
you want,
one in
do you
here.
want more detail on it?
Thank you for what, Herb?
I need more.
Would be good.
But like it has a lot of detail. Like the thing is, I can cut it, but I would just delete all those shadow lines anyway when I cut it, and I would just add those in after when I shade it.
Yeah.
I like that one.
I like. All right, stop. All right, top row, 1, 2, third one over. I like that one.
Yes.
As well.
That one there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little dark, but it's pretty
Okay.
similar
What about
to
the one directly below it? That kind of
That one
looks
there?
like it. Yeah. What about that one?
Herb was saying thank you for no more bingo.
Oh,
Herb.
It's for a limited time anyway. I actually right there, that one right there.
I like that one.
I like that. I looked at that one as well.
Excuse me.
What about the one next to it?
No, too. I don't like the angle on that one. It's basically side view.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the other one where you
Okay.
get the look at the center. That one. Yeah. Let's go with that one.
Okay, I can do that.
Because I've already been down in that rabbit hole for the last 30 minutes. So pick one.
I told you before.
Can
Can you do that?
What are you doing? Don't come in here.
For some reason, I was thinking this is the 2:00 bingo for me. I've got a couple hours.
I'm retired. I got all the time in the world.
Oh,
Until nap time, that is.
someday. Oh, I still have nap time every day.
Well, this thing fighting shingles, like I said, I've become more of an oxygen thief than anything else. I don't dare try to run any power tools. I can barely run my mouse on the computer.
Yeah.
So I don't dare get out there with the table saw, and that's what I'm down to. I got some canary wood that I'm going to make Linda a knitting needle box,
That's nice.
and I can't get out there on the power tools.
All right, where was I? Oh, turn the camera back on. Here we go. Oh yeah. So who are we talking to before? We were talking about my carny diet. So I'm down 30 pounds on my carny diet.
Nice.
I know you
Cool.
but yeah. So except for I keep cheating. Morel mushrooms came in. The asparagus came up. I keep cheating.
Those.
There's
we're done.
moonshine in the fridge. You know.
We're done with our asparagus, fresh asparagus for the year anyway.
We've gotten 2 bursts from our asparagus so far.
We planted 45 plants, and man, we had asparagus this year.
On the
You can keep it.
about 15 miles from me, there is a farm where most of the asparagus in the eastern part of the United States is grown there.
Yeah.
It's just they have huge fields of it. So when we started these, and then they spread when you put them in the ditch.
Uh-huh.
They spread. So we have quite a few plants now because it's been 7, 8 years since we put those in.
Yeah, they grow
We
wild
used to.
here.
Same here. We used to go out in the pear orchards and pick asparagus, but it got to be such a pain in the butt to drive all the way out there in the fog and everything else. So we just said screw it and planted our own here.
Yeah,
The pain in the butt is trying to get it for somebody else does.
Yeah. That's true too. But there's still a lot of that kind of thing around here. The morels are gone. Basically, what we have to do is as the snow line raises up the mountains, we can kind of follow the snow line about a week after it melts off. The morels.
Well, that's the same here. So it's kind of moving north of us.
Yeah.
I picked 2 yesterday that I must have missed last week.
Yeah.
I found 2 out there, but I think if you go further north in Michigan, that they're still coming up.
Yeah.
So it's the same concept.
And around here, people are protective of their morel spots, man. Worse than their fishing spots. Dude, you can get shot.
Down here,
They're serious.
West Virginia, it's the molly moocher spots.
Yeah.
All the molly moochers. And they're serious. You don't mess with that.
I got a pretty decent amount off just my property, but it didn't come up. One spot was where they normally come up, but I got twice that much out back, and we haven't really had a whole lot of rain, so it's kind of dry and nothing came up back there. But like by the pine trees where they normally come up, they came up there, but they didn't come up in the other spot. I could have got.
I have never hunted mushrooms. I don't know enough about them to know which ones won't kill me. So I let people do it for me.
Morels are one of what they call the infallible 4. There is no other mushroom that looks like a morel. So if you see a mushroom that looks like a morel, it's a morel.
Yeah, and it comes in 2 different colors. It's black and blonde. Chicken in the woods. Chicken in the woods is really good now.
do you when you do your morels, do you dip them in batter and fry them, or do you just?
Well, last night I just threw them on top of my steak in the smoker and let them smoke and get soft.
Ooh.
But I didn't put anything on them this year. I'm on that diet, so I didn't put any of the. I just fried them in butter.
Saute, yeah.
Yeah, good enough. But they were pretty good off the smoker last night.
There's no such. That sounds good. But there's no such thing as a bad morel.
I found chicken in the woods down the road.
Oh, sweet.
Yes.
Yeah. She said yes, John.
So it's 6 inches by 8 inches tall, or I think a little bit smaller.
TWSS.
Okay.
You think smaller, or that's a good size?
Yeah. Will I be able to mount? Like, I want to put it on a wall.
Shit, I don't have Mark as a friend.
Like a plaque. So like.
Yeah. So. Yeah. So I would.
Yeah.
So I would cut this out. Probably have 1, 2.
Oh, you
3,
can't
4,
friend request me.
4 layers, and then this would be the back layer, and then I would put a border around it, right?
Okay.
Don't lie to me, Mark. I just did it.
Yeah.
So basically five layers total.
Put your hand next to the picture.
Oh well, that's because
Put your hand next to the picture. Your hand, not your head. Yeah, that'd be about the right size. Yeah,
Okay, I accepted, Doug.
There
that'll
we
be
Okay.
the only rose I can have. I have one other wood rose that my son gave me. I can't have real roses, so
What color do you want it?
go.
Purple.
Linda has
I can
purple
make it.
roses
I can do a
outside.
purple. I can do a purple.
It's hers, not mine.
Purple,
how,
violet, lavender.
wait a
Hey,
minute.
Jennifer.
I'm going to make it more difficult on him, Joe. I can't be easy. How about lavender and then the very edges of the petals yellow?
Yellow.
Never seen a yellow rose? They're beautiful.
I've seen yellow. I know what yellow roses look like, but I've never seen a purple yellow rose.
Hi, Jen.
Yeah, Linda has one bush out front, one rose bush out front that is purple roses.
My husband has a rose bush, but it's like halfway down the driveway away from the house because I can't be around him. But he loves roses.
We've got 5 or 6.
Mark's not going to like me after he gets this barrage of pictures.
Barrage.
You know what? There's absolutely no shade on looks like a ribeye with morels on it.
Yeah.
It's
There is- with asparagus. There is no shade.
I can't afford to live on ribeyes, so that is a chuck steak. Close enough.
Hey, Jen,
Oh,
this
yeah.
one does.
No, I
Oh,
like chuck
dude,
steak. They're tender.
Dude, I have found we always devolve into food, John. I'm real sorry. I have found the absolute best way to cook a chuck roast, Doug. Put it on your smoker indirect.
In the tin.
Indirect.
In a tin.
Nope, just put it on indirect. Try to keep your smoker temperature as close to 200 as you can. All right. Bring the temperature up. Bring the internal temperature of the chuck roast up to about 130. Then get a hot fire going and sear it. Reverse sear it.
Yeah. I just
And
did a pork
slice into that, and it is as tender as a sirloin steak. And oh my God, is it tasty!
I use that smoker every day. I cook on it. As you can see, I did asparagus out of the garden.
Yep.
Burned it on the smoker.
Yep. Wednesday I'm doing. Tomorrow I'm going to buy it. Wednesday I'm doing another brisket.
We ran John off. He ran away.
I'm over here.
I can see you over there.
Okay.
Yep, I'm doing a brisket Wednesday.
Yeah, I could
Not
like
sure.
all I do is cook food and send pictures back and forth to my buddy in Detroit. We drink different things.
That's half the fun. That's half the fun.
Here,
I haven't
so-
done a tomahawk yet this year. I need to do a tomahawk.
So that's that right there is what my steak looked like last night.
Oh, there we go. Dude, you and I are going to be dangerous to each other. Oh, that is perfect. Dude, that is perfect.
It was trying to get off the plate. It was that perfect.
That is perfect.
Right?
We are going to be dangerous with one another.
The problem I have is I like food, so this diet's been really tough.
My
See,
brother
I
from
Nice.
another mother.
Because I love vegetables too much.
Well, the problem with it is so I was constantly hungry. I did not have an off button. So I ate, and then I could be done eating and have to eat more. Once I got rid of all the vegetables and the carbs, like that week or whatever, I kept eating because I was hungry. But I didn't eat any of the carbs, and eventually that constant hungry went away because I'm not eating the stuff my body's telling me I need to put more of in there.
Well,
But talk about this clarity thing that you're supposed to get when you eat just meat. Yeah, it's all bullshit. I can get up and forget what I went to go do as soon as I get
I think that's just age related.
they talk about clarity. You got more clarity. I can get up to go get something over there, forget what it was when I got there.
Yes, I do that all the time.
And
I'm
so
with
it
you,
has
Doug.
nothing to do with what I'm eating. I don't care what they say.
I'm with you, Doug. I can. My thing is forgetting words. I can see it. I can pick it up. I can hold it in my hand. I can hand it to you. I can't tell you what the hell
I
it's called.
just did it in last week's video. I went, let me go get. I'm going to grind a flat spot in this, and we're going to put this. Oh, what the hell is that thing called? And I say it right in my video, and then I come back and I went, oh, faceplate. I couldn't remember what the faceplate was called. I knew what it was. I had it in my hand.
That's me on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And the funny thing.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm just going to send you a picture to show you. John was talking about flame box elder. Oh, look at that tomahawk.
Mm-hmm. That was smoked indirect and then seared over a hot coals.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of cheat. I can set it and walk away, smoker.
I do. I do walk away. In fact, let me grab it here. Where is it? Oh, there it is. This right here is the remote from my barbecue alarm. It's got two probes. One of them monitors the pit temp, and the other monitors the internal temperature of what it is I'm cooking. And I get it within like 1 degree. I get up and go outside, and then do whatever it is I got to do with it.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer.
I'm killing. Sorry. I don't want to do that. Get out.
Nah, you're fine.
I didn't want to. I almost sent another one. I didn't
That's
want
fine.
to do it. Well, no, I was looking for this piece of wood that I was gonna show John because we were talking about flaming box elder.
Mm-hmm.
So the flaming the Buccaneers flaming crotch bowls flaming box elder.
Flaming box elder is a good name for a garage band.
Well, so my son-in-law, I asked him to pick some colors,
nice.
And he sends me blue and yellow, and I went, really, Michigan colors? Bah. He says, okay, green and white. And I'm like, really? Michigan? Bah. And I said, I would expect black, white, and red out of you because he's a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I put it in that flaming, and it was a piece of crotch. And I couldn't help it. And he hasn't said anything to me since then. So I think I offended him.
I like to see your heart broken over it.
Well, young people are sensitive.
Well, I got a grandson that's that way, and I'm like, you know what, son, you will get over it. I already am. Too,
Oh, there's John. I seen him. All right, where's the box elder at? I was gonna go get it and show you, and I forgot I sold the damn thing.
What? You sold it?
Where's that? Yeah, I sold the box elder.
Okay.
There you go. That's the flaming box elder I have.
Now I gotta find.
So every night I'm like pretty much standing out there talking to my buddy in Detroit, and he's recently found his newfound freedom on not having a job because.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah. That's the flame in that bowl. So.
Yeah,
that's all natural colors.
Yeah, I like that. Gorgeous.
Mark, give me something. I'm pretty sure.
Like depending on the area where you get it from, it'll have like oranges and blues and greens, like all throughout it, right? Depending on where it's from.
Yeah, Mark. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that either.
You gotta. The secret is you gotta find a chuck roast, a nicely marbled chuck roast.
I usually go and because it's you can get 2 of them for the same price as damn ribeyes here, the chuck steak. So I usually go and pick the decent ones out, and you can get them where they're bigger, but I can't eat them anymore because I've toned down how much I eat.
Yeah,
and then I'm limited to how many times a day I do eat, and I squish that together in an 8-hour window, sometimes 4 hours, till the fasting and all that. But
we got a vacuum sealer, so that's what we do. We freeze stuff. And that's why I'm getting ready to do another briskets, because we had the last of the last brisket I used like 3 days ago.
Yeah. So we have this thing here in Michigan. You might be able to get it where you're at. I don't know. It's called Flash Foods, and so many stores participate in it. So all the food that's about to go expired, they put in it, and pretty
Yeah.
much at half price. So I buy a lot of like brats and salmon, and I bought I bought a leg of lamb. It was normally like $50. I bought it for 14. I just processed it up. I boned it and processed it, and
Yeah, we don't have anything like that here. The closest thing we've got is we've got a food service store.
well,
It's
no,
called
it's an app you put on your phone, and then it will tell you
Oh, okay.
what stores participate, and then you
Okay.
go to the service counter, and there's a cooler or whatever, and you can open the door up, get your things out. You tell them what your name is, and go through it. And
Yeah.
that's it.
So we got something similar to like that. Every store has one, and basically it's a set of coolers up front, and you can check on your app and find out what's in there, or just go to the store and just pull it out of there. And like $6 items are like $1 because
Yeah,
they expire
same
like
thing.
that
Yeah,
day.
expiring soon or something like that.
Yeah.
So I'll just go buy a bunch of the meat and put it in the freezer. So I got what I get. I got a little over 2-pound packages, so I think I bought 6 of them for
Okay.
$5 a piece. So that's $2.50 a pound, pretty much for burger.
Yeah.
Great, and I just cut them up into 3/4 pound sizes because I can't eat more than that, anyways.
I just went to the website and did a search. There's nothing within 50 miles of where we're at.
Oh, for the
Flash food, yeah.
Flash food, yeah.
There's nothing within 50 miles. We're a small. I'm in a town of 8,000 people.
I'm
So
surrounded by all the cities, though. I'm in the middle of like 3 counties. I'm out in the
Yeah.
country, but I'm in the middle of the big cities.
well, we have 200,000 people in this entire county.
Yeah, I'm in between. I'm in between Jackson, Lansing, and Battle Creek.
I'm close to Medford, which has 80,000 people in it, and it's the biggest city in Southern Oregon. But that's kind of sort of like being valedictorian in summer school,
In 2023, the population of Charlotte was 9,242.
There's 9,242 people in Charlotte.
Gotcha beat.
Yeah.
We don't have sidewalks to roll up at night.
Well, Charlotte actually has street lights. Olivet has a flashy light. Has 2 of them.
We have
a flashy light. Yeah.
Yeah,
we have 3 traffic lights out on the highway. We're one of the main highways to go north.
Everything out here, all your surface streets are. Well, they say 55 miles an hour, but I'm pretty sure everybody does 70.
Yeah.
I saw a guy doing. What is everybody working on today, or what are you up to today?
I have to go to physical therapy soon.
I'm woodworking.
Yeah,
John's making a rose. Me and Mark.
The other 2 down there are just talking up a storm. Amy's doing off, probably cooking.
No, I am crocheting.
I thought you had to get dinner ready.
Yeah.
You're supposed to get dinner ready, Joe. You're supposed to get dinner ready, Annie.
She said after bingo she had to cook dinner.
That's why I said I was messed up, because I didn't realize that today was my later day. The rest of the week, it will be as soon as bingo's over, I'll be cooking. And today's dinner is easy anyway. I'm just doing smoked sausage with fried cabbage and mushrooms and cornbread.
One of my favorites. Smoked sausage and cabbage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh heck, I'll eat my own body weight.
No.
I'm Scottish. I love cabbage. I don't care. Boil it, fry it.
I would not eat that. You could not pay me enough to eat that.
Well, I'll have your plate.
I'll take yours. I'll take your money too. They can pay me to eat it.
Yeah, you can have all that asparagus y'all are talking about too.
So, Mark, how often do you eat haggis then? Do you just once a year or what?
Once or twice a year. It's an acquired taste.
Well, yeah, but
I'm not a fan of liver or liverwurst.
I like
so
liver.
it doesn't take much haggis to satisfy my cravings,
Oh, okay.
Liverwurst, I
Herb
like.
is working. Herb is working on a portrait. Awesome.
Working on a portrait.
I
Ooh.
sent him my picture and how he's doing a portrait. Yeah. Not really. No. You know how much I
I,
love showing my face. I'm sure as hell
I,
wouldn't have him do a portrait.
yeah, yeah, you know, Joe, if he's working on your portrait, I can just imagine what it looks like. I've seen portrait he does for other people.
It was a very nice comment. Don't pick
If
on
I were to have him do a portrait of anyone, you know who it would be.
what
Motorboat.
happened. What happened to the other guy that does
It'd be
portraits?
one of two people. It'd either be Zach or Michaela or one of each.
What other guy?
And
Well, I still have his brother as a friend.
Well, he was on the he was on the show the other day. Actually, they both were,
Oh,
and
The Giggle Twins.
it wasn't a good show. It was all right, but like you remember how the shows used to go? They used to go right off the rails, like right away.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, yeah, and
it
then
did.
everybody else was at fault. Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's part of the reason I stepped away because of that.
Like it was all right in the beginning, and then it just went from there. And it was like I sort of let it go because it's been a while, and I'm like, I don't know.
To be honest, Doug, same here.
Yeah, they're family friendly, and then go right into the gutter after saying it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a time and place for everything, but all the time is just not it.
Yeah, but then it turned into, well, something would be said, and then of course you make a comment thinking it's okay, and then it's your fault, and then you're this and
And
you're that and you're this and you're that.
and then of course I would giggle, right?
Right.
And
yeah.
then and then the two of them would feed off of each other.
Mm-hmm. And that giggle is like that's like the green light. Okay, John's giggling. We're all right.
John's
go.
giggling. Let's go. Let's
Yep.
we're gonna make this as bad as we want now.
Green flag. Here we go.
I know. So it is my fault most of the time.
I still have Cliffy as a friend on Facebook, and he likes everything I put up pretty much. But the other one vanished all of a sudden, wasn't my friend anymore. So.
Jeanette, I guess she's saying she's done with the nurses today.
It must have been something you said.
I'm done with nurses today, so that's what she's saying. So
Yeah, that means
is it
her
crochet
treatments
time?
and stuff are over. Yeah, she can start crocheting now. How you doing today, Jeanette?
All your treatments and all that are done with now?
Now, John, it's never been your fault, and I never held you responsible. In fact, they kind of started a bit of a falling out between Greg and I, and it was mainly on Greg's part because I started to tell a story, then they jumped in and dove over the top of me, and I never got to finish the story, and Greg thought I was insulting him.
Yeah, but Greg's an asshole, all right. So
well, but Greg's but Greg is my asshole.
Yeah, I know.
Greg is good people. I like Greg a lot.
Greg's awesome.
Greg a lot.
Greg's fine.
He's good people.
Jeanette is tired but doing good. Are you just going to rest, or what are you going to do for today?
And it kind of cheesed me off that that instigated a problem. And
I just stepped out. I'm like, all right, I don't need that.
I'm done.
Yep. Well, I mean,
like,
I've been here and there. I keep saying John keeps sending me things, and I'm like, I ain't even in the house. I haven't looked at anything.
Well, see, so when I send a request for the panel, I don't expect everybody to come in.
Okay.
So I know you're busy either outside or with the dogs, or
usually I'm over there.
I know Mark is either busy prepping up for a show or he's on a show, right? And I know everybody's busy with their own thing all the time. It's not like it used to be where we would all make time for everybody else on everybody's show, right? Times have changed. Times are different now.
Well, I found
it's hard to explain.
Before looking at you guys, look at me.
Well,
I wasted too much time looking at ourselves. Yeah.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday evenings, I'm committed. I can't do anything.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So,
145.
but Thursday, Friday, Saturday is generally my own, and I take Sunday off.
Well, I know that I look at this and that way too much, and I've been trying to not do that. I waste way too much time looking at my phone and this scrolling these shorts.
Yeah, Herb says
Yeah.
right now
Oh,
it's
you doing the doom scroll?
And you just
You
mindlessly
mean,
flipping shit, and then I'm like, all right, I gotta stop. I gotta go do something else. You know?
Well, Linda
do
and
you
I
mean,
have gotten
Herb,
into
do you
this.
mean, Herb, do you mean like talking and chatting or talking with your voice?
Talking with his voice.
Probably with voice.
Yeah. Yeah, I know he's having some problems and
Because of his throat.
he has to have some stuff done. Or did he already? I don't know.
Well, he's got surgery coming up too, so.
That's what I mean. I didn't know if he had it already.
Yeah, Linda and I have fallen into this thing where we look for stupid dog videos
I send them
and
back and forth with
we
my wife.
send them back and forth
Yep.
to each other. And so between like 7 and 8 in the evening, that's what we're doing. I'm scrolling looking for dog videos,
Here, let me send you the one I sent my wife last night.
Oh Lord.
Oh, stop enabling him, Doug. What the hell? That's the
Oh yeah,
word.
I'm gonna enable them. Hang on, I
You gotta
gotta
watch this dog video.
Some of these are
No,
so funny,
it's
man.
not. It's just something.
I,
It
I thought of
feeds-
you. I thought of you with one, Doug, the other day. It was well, you know how huskies are so vocal and overly dramatic, right? It was showing that dogs can develop accents because it's a lady cussing out this husky in Italian, and the husky is just yammering right back, but it's like it sounds like it's speaking
I
Italian.
saw
And it's
that
like, oh
one.
my god.
Yeah.
I saw that. Jeanette says Annie, she's looking forward to visiting you again.
Yeah, me
watching.
too, Jeanette.
Oh,
As
I
soon as
gotta
I get
go
some
over
time.
there.
I was watching this one husky video, and it was this husky was in with the vet, and it's like he's like no, 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 so he
Yeah.
can get a shot, right?
Yeah, I watch those types of things too.
See, like
It entertains
I
me.
know you didn't watch all that, John.
no, I didn't watch it yet. I opened
Oh,
it up.
oh, like I know you didn't
You
watch
start
it.
watching
Fine,
one
I'll
little
watch.
short, next thing you know, it's 3 hours later.
She sends me all kinds of shit and try to scare the hell out of you.
Doug, you're an asshole.
I I am too. What would you send me? Oh, she didn't see that one coming, is what she told me last night. I didn't see that.
Dog, that's bad.
You gotta send it to your wife too, aren't you?
No,
He already
that's so
has.
bad.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, well, this might actually look like a cool video when he edits it all together.
You're trying to see what he's filming in that? Yeah.
Yeah. Damn it, Doug. I was not expecting that.
That's what she told me.
Howdy, Sherry.
Hey, Sherry, how's it going? What are you up to today?
Hey, Sherry.
What are you up to?
I will be right back.
We'll be waiting. What's that, babe?
Oh, I'm pretty sure I gotta be there at 1:45. Yeah. You think we're gonna have power in 20 minutes?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
They're supposed
Probably
to be.
not.
Our power is supposed to be. Well, it's been how many days now? 5 days. It's going to be on this time to keep moving the time back, and we're the only one in our section now without any power. They've gone and fixed all the power all the way around us, but not us.
That happens here all the time. We're always
Yeah.
like the last ones.
Usually we're pretty much right on. They do ours first because right across the street from us is the fire department, police station, ambulance, all that. So
Yeah, we don't
they
even have.
get ours up pretty good. But You always know when the power goes off because you hear the generator kick in. So you
What's
know it's
the
not just you. It's like,
what's
damn, did I pay the bill?
what's the
Well,
Karen
I didn't
retrial?
expect to be out of power for a week.
She was supposed to have been out partying with her husband and some friends in a
By the time they get it back on, it will be.
way home. She's supposed to, now I'm just saying, allegedly, backed her vehicle into her husband and then left him to die in the snow. But the evidence shows from the injuries that was on him, somebody beat the shit out of this man and left him on the side of the road. I was thinking she was guilty, but now I am kind of wondering if somebody's trying to frame her for this.
Really?
Did he
Because
die?
he had on his body did not correlate with what would have happened if somebody had just backed the vehicle into you.
So I'm assuming that he died from all this.
Oh, yeah. By the time somebody
Okay.
found him, it was the next morning. He was frozen to death. But yesterday, they said, and I can't remember who it was. Sherry, if you can remember which one it was, put it in the chat. She said that she pulled a piece of glass out of his nose and it gushed blood, which means if she pulled a piece of glass out of his nose and it gushed blood, he was still alive, because you will not
Yeah.
gush blood if your heart's not beating. So
Exactly.
she
And
knew
Sherry says,
left him.
yeah, Sherry says no power for a week. I'd be drooling. And she's like, they have set her up a bunch of cops.
Yeah, I
Bunch of
think the
cops
cops
had
It
her up.
did.
was,
I really do, because
yeah,
he found her. He found out she was cheating on him, and he was
yeah, he
pissed.
was attacked. He was attacked by a dog. The homeowner had a German Shepherd. Karen said that.
Yeah, but why did she leave him in the snow? Obviously, she
Why did?
didn't give a crap.
Yeah, I mean,
When she
call
got,
for help or something.
or when they went looking for him, the very first thing she said, "Oh my God, did I hit him? Did I hit him? Did I kill him? Oh my God, did I hit him?" So she knew she hit something or someone. Why not stop right then and see? And yeah, I know they were all
Yeah,
drunk, but still.
yeah, you know.
Hey, Jess.
And did this happen late at night?
Oh, it happened like 2 o'clock in the morning. In
I may not have wanted to get out of the vehicle, but you could turn the vehicle around and have the lights on. You can see what the hell is in the road.
oh yeah.
You
Well,
know,
they
that's
said
what I
it was
probably would have done. I was
hard.
like, I ain't getting out of that damn car.
It was snowing so hard they said you could not see your hand in front of your face. So it was during a
Really?
blizzard. Number one, why be out in a blizzard? Because it was blizzarding when they went to the bar. Then they went to that cop's house to drink more. Why would you be out drinking in a blizzard knowing you had to go home? I mean, I've driven in blizzards. There's no way I wanted to be
Yeah,
under the influence of alcohol behind the wheel of a car in a blizzard. That was
not
idiotic.
even a drop. Yeah, not even a drop.
It'll be
No,
fun.
Hey, Jessica.
It'll be fun.
no.
All right, what was I doing now? Oh, I remember.
Hey, Jess.
Yeah, Sherry, but I'm saying what people thought. Because when I listened to it, it sounded like she said, "Did I hit him? Could I have hit him?" But first she said, "Did I hit him?" Because she was
So it
blasting.
means that she knows that when she was driving, something went good
See,
because
Sherry,
she
I
knows
thought
she hit something.
that one of the cops had, or he had something on a cop that was dirty, is what I think. And then they're blaming her to cover it up. I honestly, at this point of the, because this is her retrial, she's already had one trial. This is her retrial. I am leaning more towards she's innocent. Honestly, the more evidence I hear, the more I think she was innocent.
And it was 12:30 when she dropped him off. It was cops, I believe, had a beef with the possibility a cop that had something on one. Yeah, okay.
I think
Yeah.
he had something on one or more of those cops, and they set this up. That's what I think.
And they took care of it. So they
Yeah,
rehomed their dog after this night that they had for 7 years.
because they didn't. Please start Iron Web.
Really?
Oh,
There he is. There he
hey.
is.
Hey.
Here I
Hey,
am.
Greg.
Here I is.
What are you up to?
I thought that was suspicious as well, Sherry. That they got rid of the dog, sold the house, and got rid of all of their cell phones. Yeah. See, I thought that was really super suspicious as well. But with
And
the
this is her second trial, so it's what happened with the first one.
it ended up, and she was found guilty, but the Commonwealth made so many mistakes that the judge granted her a new trial.
Okay. I don't
Happy
follow all that stuff.
Firecracker
Just
Day,
what
all.
Long crumbs.
I don't follow all that. Just whatever you tell me,
Oh
on
no, I
stuff.
love my trials.
Yeah. How
I
are
was
you, Greg?
it
Good.
kind of peeves me off that court TV is no longer about court on the TV. You can go on YouTube and get court TV, but if you watch the channel, it's not the same thing as it used to be. Because that's when I started, when court TV became a thing, that's when I started following trials. Well, that Jay Simpson.
Well, just like MTV used to be music. There ain't no
Yeah,
music on that for years.
anymore.
Hello, Herb.
I don't know. I don't know why they even call it MTV anymore. It's not music.
Nope, it's reality TV now. That's what they should rename it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't watch the court
Nice.
thing. I watch like the Dateline and stuff like that.
Now I like Dateline, Forensic Files, all of that.
I watch, like I said, before when I crochet late at night and nobody's around. That's when I'll put on Dateline because on YouTube they have a 24/7 stream of Dateline. And yeah, I probably watched 99% of them,
They have it on
but
Roku.
it's just for sound.
Right now, I'm watching A&E Crime 360.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Dateline is what I normally watch, but I got tired of watching the same ones because they repeat. So I got to wait a day or two, and I'll play something else.
Yeah.
Watch
Okay,
the
Sherry says, go
Sherry, does
ahead.
that start today?
What's that?
The Brian Koberger trial, the one that was supposed to have killed those college students.
She says the first one was a hung jury. They found her not guilty of two charges and got hung up on one of the charges the judge called a mistrial.
Yeah, I will be watching that, Sherry. I will be glued.
right
She's
now.
taking 2 months.
They're what are we looking at? What did they call this guy? What's the horoscope stuff called? What was that killer?
Oh,
Zodiac Killer?
the Zodiac Killer, yeah.
Yeah, the Zodiac killer in California that he was bouncing back and forth. There's two of them, they think, between New York and California. They're trying to decipher all his ciphers. So that's what's on.
A protege that was doing it on the East Coast while he was concentrating on the West Coast.
Well, yeah, something like that. They were, yeah. They think there was two of them by the looks of it. Two different guys that were in both places. So the two of them were arrested in Albany, I think, New York. But then the two of them were also in, I can't remember what
So
city.
they were in cahoots. They were in cahoots together, though.
But that's what they're leading you to believe, but they don't have any proof of it. They're just trying to figure it out. This was what, 50 years ago? In the 60s.
So they think they were in cahoots with each other.
Right. They're leading you to believe that. They didn't actually say it, but they got the two of them together here and the two of them together over there.
Yeah.
It's a whole lot of drama that they don't really give you any answers. you know.
Gregster,
Markster.
what's going on?
Hi,
Nothing.
Greg.
Let's see. And Sherry is
Hey, Jim.
asking. Sherry is asking, have any of you seen any of the videos on the UV printers? Impressive.
A UV
John,
printer.
San Francisco
JoJo,
is where the
Annie.
other ones were.
Hey, Greg. And then she says they're thinking they may have a serial killer in New England right now.
Yeah.
10 or 11 bodies in the last few months. Well, yeah, that'd be a serial killer. What is
Oh,
anything
Greg.
after 2?
Yeah.
Greg, you should have been here earlier. You should have heard how Mark was talking about you. Oh my God, it was so good.
Oh,
Oh, my Lord.
Well, you
I
want to
about
do that, John?
left.
Annie said I was right for
Stick,
once.
stick and turn,
I
stick and
almost,
turn.
I almost left,
It's all
Greg.
eyes.
It was horrible. It was so bad, I almost had to leave.
Yeah, we were gonna run away, run away.
You know, if you want me to stop coming to
That
your
was a
live
great
stream,
movie,
just
by the
tell me.
You know, I can't do a lot of
You don't got to
fun.
start drama with folks, man. The
Sherry says,
the Chuckle Twins were already too good at that.
Sherry says,
Yeah.
John, you instigator.
I heard nothing except for Runaway. That was a great movie. My wife has no clue what we're talking about because she's never watched the movie.
So happy Firecracker Day, John.
You got it.
Firecracker Day?
Yeah, Firecracker Day.
Yep.
Okay.
Where'd you declare your independence from?
Nothing. We were
Cholesterol.
celebrating.
I don't even know
we
what
were- It's Queen
I don't even know
Victoria's
what
birthday.
celebrations are. Queen
Well,
Victoria
I
the
don't know.
First.
Yeah, I don't know what the
Yeah.
celebrations are in Canada.
And Sherry
But the
says,
thing is, that
no,
was the day
they.
we blew off fireworks. It wasn't. It was the only day we did. Like, never mind this. July 1st, like Canada Day or nothing. Fireworks. It was Queen Victoria Day. But so we called it Firecracker Day.
Sherry says, no, they don't want you to stop. They need someone to mess with. And Herb says he's doing okay so far today.
Yeah, the one that confuses me in the UK is Pancake Day. It's like you don't eat pancakes any other time of the year.
No, it's same here. We have it. It's religious.
Oh, okay.
It's on a
Shrove
Wednesday, isn't it?
Tuesday.
Yeah.
No, Shrove Tuesday.
Right.
You know what? We have it here. They call them punchkis on Fat Tuesday.
Okay.
You
I've
know,
never heard of Pancake Day.
Me either.
You've heard of Fat Tuesday though, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the day they don't celebrate for punchkis.
Okay.
Jan has a question.
Yes,
And then-
Jeanette. What would you like to
Go
ask?
ahead and ask.
42.
Yeah.
We'll give you an answer no matter what it is.
Hey, guys.
It may or may not be accurate, but you'll get an
Somebody will
answer.
have one.
May or may not be accurate.
I think it's doing.
Crabs.
Didn't you say? Didn't you say 42?
Yes, 42.
It's a good answer.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see what the question is.
Crabs walk sideways, lobsters walk straight.
And swim backwards.
How many answers are you giving?
Depends on the question. Some questions deserve more than one answer.
Multiple answer.
It's a multiple choice. E is none of the above. Poor John's like, okay, here we go again.
Okay, if you do a knit hat with circular needles, do you have to use bulk yarn?
Okay. Answer for that.
Annie, this one's for you. This one is for you.
Will it go around in circles?
Use any size yarn you want. You just have to make sure that your knitting needles coincide with the size of the yarn. I'll be honest with you, the bulkier yarns for a knit hat is pretty heavy, like literally heavy on your head. I tend to not go above a 5 for hand knit hats.
How about
You
wool?
go down to a fingering weight as long as, but if you do a fingering weight like what Doug is wearing, you
It's
want
wool.
to turn it inside out like you would on the knitting machines and make it double thickness to keep their head warm.
No.
I
Oh,
generally
Doug.
go for a 4 weight when I'm using circular needles.
Doug got sucked into it. Doug got sucked into a yarn conversation without even knowing.
Oh, I just happen to have this one's wool.
No, he's the model.
Yeah.
And Doug is wearing the fashionable cap from L&L Bean.
No, actually, it is Birds of Prey.
Okay, well, I've never heard of that company, so I went with the one everybody's heard of. Birds of Prey.
Ah,
That's
And
a
then-
good
then
name
this
for a
is-
hat.
This is the logo, I guess.
Okay.
I don't. It came out of Colorado.
yeah, that's a machine knit though.
Yeah, North American downhill. I guess it's a skiing cap or whatever. Beaver Creek, Colorado.
Yeah, when Linda does hats on a circular needle, she usually uses a 4 or a 5.
Yeah, I generally don't go above a 5 because anything, it is literally feels like you have a weight
Yeah.
on your head. It's just too heavy.
But she
Warm, but
she
heavy.
she spins her own yarn, so I can't tell you what weight of yarn it is.
Someday I will see yarn.
I've
I heard
spun a
one
few
somewhere.
yarns.
Yeah,
I think it was crocheted, but I have one around here somewhere.
and she knitted my youngest daughter a hat, and it was a Christmas hat. Had all the snowflakes on it, and this, that, and the other. But around the rim, when you turn it up, like Doug's hat was, when you turn up the front rim,
So this
It-
one don't
it was
fit my
rain.
fat head is crocheted.
It was reindeer humping, and
Oh, I see.
absolutely.
Oh my
loves it.
God, that'd be hilarious.
I love
She's had
That's hilarious. I love it.
she's had about a dozen people try to rip it off her head and steal it.
Greg's down there.
Uh,
So
I
Kim
love it.
made this one.
I will tell you this, Jeanette. The smaller the yarn, the longer the hat's going to take. I have done with as small as sock yarn.
Oh, Lord have mercy. That takes forever.
Well,
Can you see
yeah,
that one?
because the needles are so small.
So
Oh, I like that one too.
this one was made by Yarn Doll.
Yes, Dawn.
Don Yarndall.
Dawn made me this, and that goes from whatever project she was working on that she made.
Yeah,
Her
she
cardigan.
did this.
Her cardigan.
Yeah, I got an
Yeah.
extra skull in here too. I got an extra one.
Cool.
Yeah, just in case.
Is that felted?
No, they're
No, it's
crocheted.
crochet. It's crochet.
Oh, okay. Look at me acting like I know this yarn stuff.
I don't-
Yeah, look at you being all crafty there,
Yeah,
Mark.
you make it with wool and wash it and felt it. You can do the same.
No, this one's really, really warm.
Mhm.
This one.
Well, if it's wool, it's gonna be.
Is yours lined?
No, it's not lined. No.
Mine's lined.
I wasn't that special.
I'm pretty special.
I don't know. Dawn made me this one. Kim Tippin made me that one. She crocheted that one.
Cool.
And then she made this little octopus up here.
I don't have any pictures of Linda's.
She called him Ollie the winter octopus. He's dusty, but he's
Oh, he's cute.
yeah. He's got a little snow cap. There you go.
That's cute. Mark, you're going to have to get some pictures for us.
Well, I'll dig around here. About the only thing I think I have pictures of is when she was knitting some kiltos for one of her bagpipe instructors. She was doing an entrelac pattern, basket weave pattern,
Yeah.
and at one time she had 15 needles going.
No. Oh.
When
That
I
might get
started
confusing.
knitting hats, because I knitted hats for a long time before I ever crocheted a hat. I would have like 6 different hats going, and I would do like a
Oh.
row in one and drop it, a row in the next one, and I would just go back and forth all day like that.
Okay, I take that back. I do have some pictures of her stuff here.
Did I move me out far enough yet?
Yeah, you're good.
Well, for some
I
people,
was way too close.
some people still might want you back further, but
I'm
I'm
still way
fine.
too close. It didn't move me back at all.
Yeah, Doug, we could almost count your chin whiskers.
Oh, that's so much
Well,
better.
before it was all the way.
Bye, Sherry. Buy nice stuff and let us see pictures.
Before it was way out. So
Pain pill just kicked in.
Her
Oh man.
final time today to Joanne's.
I hope you get some good stuff. Let us know.
that's a little better, I think. Yeah.
Okay, I got one picture to share here, John, if you don't mind.
No, there it is. Give me a second. There you go.
Oh,
That was Linda's
Nice.
shawl that she entered in the 2021 county fair.
man,
She
that's
took
Wow.
a lot of work.
she took
That's
class grand
gorgeous.
champion and division grand champion with
That's
it,
gorgeous. That's
and
gorgeous, though.
that's all her hand spun yarn. None of that is dyed. It was just from different colors of fleece. It
That-
is.
Wow.
Nice. That's so beautiful.
This was 19 micron merino, and she spun all that up herself and then knitted that over the course of about a month. I don't remember how big the
A
shawl was.
month? Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, when she sits down in her recliner and starts knitting, it's serious business. I mean,
You don't
you don't
talk to her. You don't
Nope.
do nothing. You
you
bring
don't
her
mess with her.
coffee and just bring her, replace her coffee and just walk away.
and just have
Exactly. She drinks tea, but yes. Okay.
Yeah,
This was
Tomorrow when
don't talk to me. I could be counting. Just go away.
just shut the fucking generator off.
this
Ooh.
was 2023. That was also hand spun,
So all my extra money for my bowl is
Well, that's
wasted.
pretty.
and she
Hey,
won
Crystal.
class grand champion with that. Let's see what else. That was one of her tapestries that she did of a Fibonacci sequence.
Fibonacci. Yeah.
Yeah, and then a set of dish towels that she wove on her loom. She only took second with that.
Cool.
Some of her hand spun yarn. I don't know what she got. She got first place for that. And then yeah, okay. Yeah, that was 23. I don't know if I got any pictures of her entries last year, 24. Nope, I don't.
Work.
They've updated our power 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. That
Oh
means
yeah.
it's not going to be done at 7 a.m. because
Ooh,
ain't none of them working through the dark.
wow.
That is the Lindsay tartan. She wove that on her loom, and that became a skirt. So
It's light here at 5 a.m.
let's see what else we got here. Oh yeah,
Here too, Greg, but the power's supposed to be back on by that time.
Oh,
For 5 days now, we've been hearing that, and it keeps moving to the next day every day. And
They're
I'm
just
already
teasing
about I'm going to be about $200 into fuel for the generator for this 5 days of no power.
You know what I would do? I would send an invoice.
Yeah, to the
Send
consumer.
an
admin.
invoice and say, hey, take this off my electric bill.
Yeah, just give me like 3 months of free electricity.
and
Mark, I have done this.
mhm.
It's I think double point needles are fun. I enjoy doing things like this. A lot of people are like, oh, it's too complicated. You're only working with 2 needles at a time. The
this
rest
was
stitch
yeah.
holes.
This was 15 needles, including this one that she's
Yeah.
knitting on and off with. 15 needles. That was the beginning of that entrelock basket weave pattern that she did for the kill toes. I think I may have. No, I don't. Let me go back and find.
What?
I got a picture of the hose done. All of her spinning wheels.
Yeah.
Um,
Really?
yeah. That's that
Continue?
basket weave pattern. That's what she was knitting.
So cool. It looks like a Celtic knot, like all
Yeah.
like an actual Celtic knot, like a 3-dimensional Celtic knot.
Yeah.
That's so freaking cool.
And then you can see the cables going down the length of the hose.
Oh, what do I got? Ah.
I
She
had
does awesome work.
math
Yes, she does.
cables. I've
Yes,
done a
she
few,
does.
not real good at them. That's nice work.
Oh boy. Well, no, I know.
I call her a combat knitter. She's into everything. She does everything but raise the sheep. But I had to put my foot down somewhere. You know. Oh yeah, that was one of her tapestries that she did for a
Oh,
friend
that's
who's
cool
into
too.
Disney. She does all kinds of stuff, man. You never
That's
know
all
what
done
she's
on
going to
that's
do.
all done on a loom too, right?
Yeah, that's done on her tapestry loom. That was her small
Yeah.
tapestry loom. And she dyed all of the colors with the exception of this mustardy orange. She dyed all that, and all this out here was her hand spun. And the rest of it is just
That's too cool.
other colors of wool. Let's see here.
Yeah, like her
Like I
her,
said,
her work is phenomenal. It's on another level than what we
Yeah.
do.
She's on expert level, I would say.
she has become a serious fiber snob. I'll tell you what, big time. But it's got to be a natural fiber. It can be cotton, it can be silk, it can be whatever, but she wants a natural fiber. I'm like, okay, fine. I'm trying to find a good picture of her main spinning wheel, but I don't think.
Hey, Chris.
Well, there she is. That's at a demo during an alpaca shearing. She's spinning on her wheel. That's my granddaughter prepping the fiber with a set of hand cards. She'll prep the fiber, card it all out, put it in that basket, and Linda spins it into the yarn. And
I
this
got a
was,
set of cards.
they were about 20 feet away from where they were actually shaving the fleece, shearing the fleece off of the alpacas when they were doing this.
It's nice that you got your granddaughter's involved too, though.
Yeah, she's got. We gave her a spinning wheel, and in fact, she's the granddaughter that Linda's car went to.
Hey,
When Linda
Chris. Yeah,
got
I'm
the new one.
working. I'm working today. I'm in my shop.
That, okay,
Canadian
don't know what that is.
Cana-
I'll stop sharing.
Canadian holiday.
Wink. So, yeah, she's been doing this for a while. She got that spinning wheel in. Oh my lord, when did she get that? I want to say 2004. And it came unassembled, unfinished and unassembled. So guess who got to put it together?
Well, yeah.
And it's like a Cadillac. She just, that girl just, I mean, I got a lot of respect for the work that she does with that stuff. She taught spinning for many years. And I kind of got a reputation as a guy that'll work on spinning wheels. So what I made a deal with, if one of her students bought a spinning wheel, she could bring it to me. I would go over it, tune it up, clean it up, and get it into, you know, good condition for free. And I did probably 10 wheels. And I just have fun with them. I mean, I'm a wood guy, but I like machines. These are wooden machines. What's not to love, you know?
Yeah.
So
Talking about wooden machines, I wonder how James Hamilton, Stumpy Nubs, is doing with because he basically has two shops. He's got one with all his power tools and one with all his wooden power tools.
okay.
I know he was working on he built a wooden planer, a wooden sander, a wooden drum sander, wooden like he basically rebuilt all his tools out of wood, but put the machine, like the motor and stuff back into them.
Yeah.
And like his shop is phenomenal.
Yeah. John Heights, ibuildit.ca. John Heights built, he's built 4 table saws that I know of out of wood. And
I remember him. I used to watch him all the time.
And a couple of band saws as well. And they all worked really well.
Yeah.
He and I kind of developed a friendship, and because he likes to talk trash about CNC, and I'm into CNC. So, of course,
people talk trash about CNC. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah. So what I did was he was pushing his push stick, talking about his push stick. This is a real easy pattern. You just cut it out on the bandsaw, this, that, and the other. And I said, okay, John, give me your shipping address. I got a couple of push sticks for you. So it was the very first pattern I came up with for a CNC router. On the back of trucks, you used to see on the mud flaps, you used to see that chrome silhouette of a woman leaning back, like on the beach or something.
That like on the bottom of my toolbox?
That was the handle for the push sticks.
Nice.
So I made him a couple and sent him to him. And he was absolutely scandalized over it. If you go way back, you'll find one video. He didn't use it, but he had it laying on his rip fence on the table saw with my sticker right in the middle of it. And in the comment section, he got a lot of ribbon over that thing, so he never showed it again. But he sent me one of his push sticks with his stamp on it, and then he wrote on it, "For you CNC guys, this end goes up." And I'm like, okay, fine. Thanks, John. John's a good guy.
Best way to have fun.
Yep. So how many layers are you going to make that, John?
I'm doing the bottom base layer right now, the outline. I'm thinking probably 5 layers total.
Okay, nice. Okay.
But I never know until I actually start cutting it out.
Yeah.
Creative juices flowing and stuff.
What time is it? Sorry, I had to go sign for mail.
Yeah.
12:13 here.
It is 1:14 or 13.
It is 10:14 here.
Yeah. I gotta take off soon and go to my physical therapy. So.
Yep.
Take off, eh?
I gotta go get a nap in.
Nope, I got to go to my physical therapy, and I think it's an evaluation day on how well I'm doing. I only got 2 more visits after today.
How are you going to know how you're doing after that?
Well, I see this lady again in the last visit. And it's probably to see if they think I need more or not. I think I'm moving pretty good. I don't know what to do with the pain that I have. It's probably something I just got to work through. I think all they were supposed to do was give me range of motion. That's what they're supposed to. That way I don't, because if you don't use it, you lose it, and I don't want to be doing that. So.
Hey, howdy, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Howdy, Larry.
Mike.
JJE.
Jim's
Chris
here?
Nealon.
Dances with Mike is here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dances with Mike.
Dances with Mike, yeah. Mike and Jim and Nautic River, Chris.
All right, there you go, Annie. There's your background,
Cool.
back layer.
Awesome possum.
And I start cutting and pulling apart. Just gotta retape this back together.
You didn't tell me you were going to kill it.
It's supposed to be
Kill
three
what?
No.
Okay, so that's where my design prowess comes in.
Johnify it.
I was counting when y'all did that, and I had a brain stutter. I forgot what I was doing. I don't like that.
Yeah, you can tell I'm married to a knitter. I'm trained when I come out of this room and go down the hall, I kind of peek around the corner of the bookcase to see if she's counting.
Yeah.
The two big sentences I hear in this house are, "Shh, I'm counting," or "Let me finish this row."
So today in Canada,
Mm-hmm.
the holiday is Victoria Day.
Okay.
Just because Mike's asking. Because I know next Monday you guys got Memorial Day, right?
Yeah, the last Monday in May, yes.
Queen Victoria.
Oh, do we have any other holidays?
I'll have to
I'm
find
sure
it.
they've made some up here recently that we need to be celebrating right now.
We got one a month now, basically.
I think we
Pretty
got
much.
one for the entire month. I don't.
Well, the next big one is Memorial Day, then after that, 4th of July. And from there, I think it's basically nothing until Labor Day.
Labor Day, and then
Veterans Day.
yeah,
And then
should be month. They should have Veterans Month.
then we're into the holiday season.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
we
forgot
got Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That, even though that's not a holiday, it's a holiday.
I have forgotten Halloween for years simply because we don't have kids here anymore. None of the kids here go trick-or-treating in this neighborhood. They all go into town, to the rich side of town, where they're giving out full-size Snickers, and they trick-or-treat there. They don't bother with us rural folk. You know, every Halloween, we flip a coin, and whoever wins, they get to pick out. We buy one bag of candy, and the winner gets to pick out the candy. Last year I won, and it was Milky Way. And we have that bag of candy just in case somebody comes to the door. We have lived here since 2012. We have had 2 people come to the door, and that was our nephews. The first year we were here. We haven't had a
Nice.
trick-or-treater since.
Yeah, they don't do that here either. They go to the city where they don't have to drive so far in between houses.
Yeah.
Well, I'm on a cul-de-sac. There's like a dozen houses on this cul-de-sac. It's just the kids don't trick-or-treat out here. They go into town. So
In the 43 or whatever years that we've lived here, we've had, well, you count the kids in one hand.
Really?
and
Yeah,
were
we
they
usually get
related?
We usually get about 20 a year.
Were they related, Greg?
Maybe 2 of it. Well, okay, I'm not counting grandkids, you know.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But it was neighbor kids, and you know, well, they're all grown up and married and moved on now.
Well, we're on a cul-de-sac of old poops. There ain't no trick-or-treating age kids around here. So
Ow. All right, guys. I hate to cut you off, but I have got to go see a girl about trying to rip my arm off.
Yeah, go to your
Good, have
physio, get all
fun.
fixed up, man.
Good luck.
Everybody needs a hobby. Have
I
a good one, Doug.
yep. Catch y'all later.
Take care, man.
Doug doesn't know it, but he just signed up for a subscription to Food Pictures.
You gotta be careful who you're friends with on Facebook. I'm saying.
I got no issue with anything he's sending me so far, man. I mean, you want to send me food pics, you give me ideas. For
We're
instance,
friends now. We're friends
I
now. Here's a barrage of pictures. Here's some
exactly,
videos. Here's some memes.
exactly. Jack in the shop says, "Is this all y'all got to do all day?" Yes, Jack. I'm 64
Jack.
years old. I'm peaking right about now.
What are you up to, Jack?
Peeking around the corner.
Or something. I said that to my pharmacist the other day when I picked up my meds. She goes, "Okay, these are going to give you a little energy boost to make you feel like you're invincible. You're not." And I looked at her and I said, "Are you kidding me? I'm 64 years old. I'm peaking right about now." And she looked at me, got a big grin on her face like, "Oh, okay. All right. I got your number, buddy."
Yeah. Also, I mentioned to Carrie about the shingles shot, so she's phoning the doctor to get me booked in for one.
Yeah. The new one is 2 injections over depending upon, you in many medications you may be taking or whatever. It's either over a 2 or 3 month period.
Yeah.
The
In
new one's
extreme cases,
much.
they'll go out to 6 months.
The new one is much more effective.
All I know is I was going to get it in November, and real life got in the way. My granddaughter went to the hospital and all this other good stuff, and it just got put on the back burner, and I'm paying for it now.
The thing I like about the shingles vaccine is it's been somewhat maybe not proven, but they believe it helps dementia.
Yes,
Really?
I've heard that, and lowers the risk of heart disease.
So it helps reduce, not increase, right?
Right,
Yes.
reduce.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Jack says he's sitting here at his office desk trying to come up with some new designs for the shop. Got to have something to do while I'm at work.
So back in the day when we used to get our immunizations and all our shots, like I said, I used to have a yellow and black immunization passport, right?
Yep, same here.
Greg, oh, you know what I'm talking about too.
Mhm.
Okay, so ours was issued by the military,
Uh-huh.
and because when I went overseas, and so I'm curious to know why they don't do that anymore. Like, how come they don't do the whole immunization with kids and everything else?
Everything is online now, but the military, as far as I know, still does that yellow and black immunization passport, and that's mainly because people get transferred overseas all the time. And I know when I was in the Army, we were choiceless. It was mandatory we get all of our shots every year.
Well, yeah.
So it used to be most schools wouldn't even let you register unless you had all your immunizations. I don't know if that's still a thing or not.
Yes.
It is? Okay. As it
We
should
used,
be.
we used to get stabbed at school.
Yeah.
But we get so did we. But the thing is that so if everybody has to be, you have to have a written record that you're immunized in order to go to school, then why are there so many children in school that don't have their shots?
Because the parents can now choose whether or not they do it.
There are several different exemptions that people take advantage of, and they exempt their kids from it.
Religious, and I'm going like, okay, yeah.
Not from this country.
And that's why measles and chicken pox are on their way up.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have no problem with religion, but when it comes to medical care, I don't think it should have any.
Well, you really don't know who is allergic to what, and that's the sad point. You don't know until it's too late. If a kid's going to have a reaction to this or that. But you can't let that paranoia be the deciding factor. I know it sounds like it's easy for me to say, but I got 5 kids and all of them got their vaccinations.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for 7 of us, none of us ever had a reaction. My kids didn't have. I had a lot of people. Oh, the vaccines cause your kids autism. I said,
No,
oh,
they do not.
your genes. It has nothing to do with vaccines.
Absolutely. Vaccines are some of the most studied non-nuclear substances on the earth. Vaccines do not cause autism.
I honestly
Period.
think that environmental factors more into autism than vaccines, and I'll tell you why. I grew up in what we call Chemical Valley.
Mhm.
We had, when I was growing up, there were 6 chemical plants around me,
Yeah.
and we basically lived what they called in Chemical Valley.
Mhm.
Out of the people that I was in the 6th grade with,
Mhm.
almost 2/3 of my 6th grade class had autistic kids,
Mhm.
and and no family history of it.
Yeah.
And I think it's more environmental.
The thing is,
It's
I'm
pretty
not a
high.
doctor or a scientist.
they know more about things that don't cause autism than they do about things that
Mhm.
do. You know,
The
and I mean,
autism, what do you want to call it? Paranoia started by a doctor that wrote us something in a medical journal. It
in
got published.
the
Yeah.
the
Now,
journal Lancet, yes.
yeah, there was just one
Uh-huh.
publication of it,
Yep.
but then there's been like multiple tens, 20s, 30 publications done denouncing it. But no,
Well,
nobody hears that. Nobody
well,
sees that.
and nobody hears the rest of that story, Greg. He got it published in the journal Lancet, and immediately a bunch of his peers jumped on and said, wait a minute, why was this published? And the following issue, the Lancet retracted
Yep.
that story because they found problems with his research.
Yeah.
His sampling size was 6 people, 6 subjects he studied supposedly in his research. 4 of them he had never met. He had never seen them.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
As they got further and further into the story, it turns out what happened was he was collaborating with this attorney who was
Yeah.
attempting to focus on the measles, mumps, rubella vaccine and say it was the cause of autism so that he could sue the pharmaceutical companies that make that and make his fortune.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All
And
that money.
And as a result, that doctor who published that article lost his medical license. His career was over. He cannot practice medicine in the UK at all. And that lawyer went to prison for fraud.
Yeah, but they let who is it? Christy Brinkley, some old.
Oh yeah. It wasn't Christy Brinkley. It was what's her name? She posed for Playboy. Oh God. But yeah, you can't unring a bell. The minute somebody said, "Oh yeah, vaccines cause autism," and it refuses to die.
Mm-hmm.
What was her name?
She was a big fashion star, like runway star, I think.
The brain in my the name in my brain is Nicole Smith. Anna Nicole Smith.
No,
Is that
no,
her?
No.
no.
That was OJ's wife.
No, that no.
I know who you're talking about, but I can't think of her name.
And,
Oh,
she,
hell.
to this day, she's trying to promote that nonsense.
It wasn't Cindy Crawford. Kate Moss.
No,
See, I'll show you what I know about runway models.
Kathy Ireland.
Kathy Ireland.
She's a model.
Dude, you're going way back.
Brooke Shields. I don't know if she did runway.
Jenny McCarthy.
Yes.
Yes, that's her.
Yeah, I know it is because I typed in model from Playboy who denounced
Cheater.
immunizations. Kathy
You
McCarthy
cheat
come up.
like Robin.
Well, how? No. This is how you get. This is how you learn facts. This is how you
Oh,
find knowledge.
Jenny
McCarthy.
We had to use encyclopedia.
Jenny McCarthy, thank you. Well, some people will do
Ex-Playboy.
anything to. Some people will do anything to try to be relevant and stay relevant in the press. You know.
So it says your ex Playboy model scares Americans off measles jab.
Mhm.
That was 2015 and 2009.
Yeah.
2011.
Still going down. You know, it'll keep up.
Yeah, you can't unring a bell.
Yeah.
There's a religious center, a community down south end of Manitoba here, and measles vaccine broke out. Oh goodness! Why? Because they import a whole bunch of their own from Mexico and beyond, and they don't want anything to do with any vaccination. And
See,
then
and
they go to our hospitals and they want to get fixed up.
see, and honestly, I believe that if you immigrate into our country, you have to have all your shots before you get here. Just like if we go somewhere else, we need our shots before, like we need all our shots before we go to Mexico, just for a holiday.
Absolutely.
But yet anybody can come here that wants to without any medical records, any form of immunization at all, and that's how stuff spreads.
Yep.
Okay, there's a local Facebook group for the town here. And somebody caught somebody throwing garbage out the window in the park.
Yeah.
It was in a small bag, but it was all garbage. Stopped them somehow. I think they were meeting, so they, it's a one lane road. Pulled in front of them, made them get out, go pick it up, and put it back in their car. And the excuse was, "Oh, I don't know all of Canada's rules."
Wow.
I'm sorry. Litter is universal. You don't litter.
You want to turn Canada into the S-hole that you come out of?
Yeah, just left. Yeah.
See, but that's like anytime anybody, like Americans or Canadians, go over to Afghanistan or Saudi Arabia, for a fact you got to wear a headdress anywhere you go as a woman.
Yeah, you have to respect their
right?
culture. Yes.
Well, exactly. So why can't they do that here? Like they expect us to kowtow to all their religious whatevers around here, but yeah, we go there, but they come here and they don't care.
No, it's
Yeah.
chase you off.
Chris says, John, your country will not accept me.
I honestly think that they need to, and this is because I lived out in the country, and we would have people that went for a country drive and would dump their garbage out the window instead of take it home and throw it away in your own garbage can. I mean, how lazy is that?
Yeah.
And I think they should find people more for littering.
I'm
well,
with you.
there's signs on the highway. minimum $500, $2,000 fine for littering.
My point.
But they got to enforce it.
I see people throw stuff out like coffee cups and Tim Hortons bags out their windows in front of a cop, and the cop just drives by them.
Yeah. I mean, I might empty liquid out of a cup, generally not out of a bottle because it has a cap, but if I have an open cup and I'm done, I might empty the liquid out. But I'm going to keep the cup in the car and take it home and throw it away.
I was getting ready to say, you'd be hard-pressed to find a car these days that doesn't have at least one cup holder.
Yeah.
And that cup ain't hurting nothing sitting there until you
And
get to
I've
the
got
house
tape
and
in
can
my
throw it
car,
away.
you know.
Yeah.
My motorcycle has a cup holder.
Yeah, but your motorcycle has a stereo and air conditioning, Greg.
Yeah.
Air conditioning, heated seats, heated handles.
Oh, what in Blue Blaze and Sam Hill's going on in here? Guess who
Hey,
it is?
Hey, Dave.
hey, Dave, how's it going, man? What are you up to? How you doing? How's your health working for you?
Yeah,
Hey, Jessica.
my sister said that I was a little. She calls me a litter Nazi because oh my god! But I was sitting in the car with my granddaughter. She was having a sucker, and she threw the stick out. And I just like turned around and looked at her, got out, opened her door, unbuckled her, and I said, "Now pick it up
Mm-hmm.
and put it in the bag that's in the car. You don't throw stuff out the window."
Right.
And she was like, "Well, that's a little much." And I said, "Start teaching them young,
Mm-hmm.
and that way when they get older, it'll just be a habit that they stay in. And it's a good habit to be in."
Absolutely. I'm with you 100%. You teach them young, it's no longer an issue.
I mean, crap. And I looked at her. I mean, because our dad, we get slapped in the head if we litter. I mean,
Yep.
literally hard, and made to get out and pick it up, even if we had to walk back a half mile and pick it up and then walk back to the car. And he would not back the car up for you.
Hey, David.
Go back to where you had to walk. He's like, "Nope, you're going to work for it."
My
Wait.
kids and my grandkids are my litter Nazis.
I don't know what would
Dad,
have
you
happened.
can't do that.
I don't know what would have happened if I threw something out the car window.
Oh my God.
I dreaded the thought of what because my dad stopped multiple times, to turn around and threaten us. My dad has actually turned the vehicle around when we were going out to dinner and go back home because me and my brother wouldn't stop fighting in the back.
Oh
Like
yeah,
he literally turned the car back around, and then him and my mom went out for dinner instead.
My mom and dad had a hierarchy. Minor disputes she handled, and she'd take off a sandal so she could reach us in the back seat. If dad had to get involved, you knew that things was fixing to get real.
yard.
You know.
You remember those things, a toy? It was a paddle with a ball and a elastic on it.
Yeah.
New things.
Well, after a while, the elastic breaks, the ball's gone. But guess who's got it? Mom.
I'll take that one.
Mom didn't need that. Mom had a sandal, and if a sandal wasn't handy, there was a wooden spoon in the kitchen.
Yep, the wooden spoon was the other one.
My mom always carried us flash water in the car.
My grandmother, it was a pancake turner, and I mean one of the ones with holes in it, holes and slots.
The ones that leave the
Oh.
marks.
She was a samurai warrior
yeah.
with the thing, man.
My grandma had one of those.
You heard it coming because it whistled.
But no matter how big my dad was, he was flexible. He could reach us anywhere in the back seat of that car. Even in the far back corner, he could still reach us.
As the one thing I taught my kids, my dad was a professional truck driver. You got in the car, you didn't fight. You did not distract the driver.
Yep.
And when my kids was little, I would do that. I would just pull the car off the side of the road and let them finish. Which wasn't often. I got really lucky. My kids did not fight that much, but when they was little,
Well,
they
little kids,
each other in the back seat.
little kids in cars get restless, and that's all there is to it. You know.
That's why you take books.
And you play I
Small
Spy.
things to keep them busy.
Mm-hmm. David says, y'all were lucky. My mother had a peach switch. Yeah.
Oh, no. Try a willow switch. Those things wrap around you. And if you didn't pick a good one, you did not want her to go pick it for you.
Yeah. Larry says, with my dad, I was told I'm fixing to take my belt off. Yeah. My dad did the same thing, Larry. And if dad was reaching for his belt, it was already too late.
Yep. Hang on.
Talking about littering and that. I told my daughter one time, yeah, I just burn my tires at night so they can't tell see the smoke. And she looked at me and thought I was absolutely serious, and Dad.
You heard about that guy in Alaska, Greg, who spent a whole year putting tires up on the Mountain McKinley, Denali.
No,
He put a
no.
bunch of tires up there on top of the mountain. It's a dormant volcano. And he waited like 4 years. He kept adding tires to the pile. And finally, all of the weather conditions were just right. It was a clear day and everything. He went up there and he lit them on fire. And folks down in town thought that the volcano was activating again. There's this big old huge plume of black smoke up on the top of the mountain, and people started freaking out.
Wow.
Well, in the 80s, my neighbor would had a contract of digging the graves in the graveyards up here. And in the wintertime, what he would do would burn tires so he would thaw the ground so he could dig it, because his machine wasn't that big. And, now they just go in there. Doesn't matter how much frost, they just rip it out. But no, he would do that. And it was a common thing. So you go by, oh, there's a fire in the graveyard. Yeah, that's Norman.
Hey,
He's
Ken.
going to dig a grave.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And we used to do all kinds of stupid stuff like that. If we were going to go scrap copper, we'd put all the wire in a burn barrel and throw like a quart of diesel in it, and get that diesel lit on fire and throw all our wire in. It'd burn all the insulation off, and we'd get more money for the wire. But the black smoke, it was like, oh man.
I remember stripping copper wire to sell.
Well,
I'll sit out in a circle, but Dad made us strip it by hand, and we just sit out there and drink coffee and strip wire.
Well, the scrapyards around here got hip to that, and the Department of Environmental Quality got a hold of them. And basically, now they give you the same price for copper with the insulation burned off as they would if it still had insulation on it. So now folks just leave the in.
If you wires, they'll go up and cut somebody's cable wire while they're watching TV.
Yep.
When we lived down in Nevada, there was a lady heard noises under her house. And so she called animal control thinking that it was, a cat or a dog or something that got under her house. Animal control came out and they caught a guy under there cutting the copper wire out from under her house while she was home.
Yeah. Yeah, they're getting really brazen.
So.
And we had, I think it was last year, we had a guy die. Climbed up a high tension power tower and was trying to cut the line. He was electrocuted and like, dumbass, what the hell did you expect?
Yeah, there's been a few people killed here pulling meters and trying to cut the copper out of the meter box because it's a big fat cable.
There's a metal processor just outside of town, and they got a shredder. They just call it the shredder. And back in the 70s, they would pay more for a car that was burnt out, and people were wrecking cars, like, in their backyard, and they'd burn the car out. Like, they take the motor out and this, that, because, you get cast is worth more and the rad is worth more and all this kind of stuff. Well, you got this Hulk and you just burn it out, gets rid of the seats but it keeps all the springs and that.
Yeah.
Well, they stopped doing, I can't remember exactly what and how it got stopped for, but it got stopped.
Yeah.
People just need to get a job. I mean, even a job working at McDonald's is better than no job at all.
David says, here, if you take wire to the scrapyard that's been burned, you have to have a paper from the fire department saying that it came from a house fire or it can't be sold. Huh.
Really?
All this talk, I need to go scrap some wire and some electric motors.
Well, it's like I can never understand the concept of scrapyards taking catalytic converters from guys that pull up on bicycles. Yeah, I got 3 catalytic converters here. What can you give me for the price of them? pulling up on a bicycle, got 3 Cadillac converters. So that sounds legit. Not.
Yeah.
And a sawzall in their
Yeah.
backpack.
Yeah.
Like, why would you? I don't know why you would even accept them. I'd be like calling the cops. Hey, we got a guy here with freaking 3 Cadillac converters. Pull up on a bicycle.
Well, here now, when you take your scrap to the shredder,
Mhm.
I got it loaded in my dump trailer, right? They want your name, your address, and they take your picture.
Yep. Photo ID. They take your picture. Yeah. Same
Yeah,
here.
like
Yeah.
you have to give them your photo ID, but they also take your picture, and you're assigned to that. And okay, there you go.
Yep.
There was now when you scrap a car, I guess it's a complete car. Like you have to have the well, you guys call it a title,
Yeah.
and that because there was a guy that I knew of, and well, I didn't want to know him, but I knew of him. He had a tow truck, one of these, just kind of
Hmm.
put together things, and they have the auctions at the public insurance company where they'd sell all the write-offs.
Yeah.
Well, if after midnight, the they would move them out with a big, huge loader with forks, and they
Hmm.
put it out in the parking lot for you, and then they would move their own new stuff into the compound.
Uh-huh.
If like that's so after midnight, it was free game. Like in other words, so this
Yeah.
guy would go in there and haul as many cars that somebody else had paid for, and go to the scrapyard with them.
Yeah.
Like, ah.
Yeah. As far back as I can remember, if you're scrapping a whole car, you had to have the title to it.
Mhm.
And the guy at the scrapyard told me, they says you have to have the title, or you can cut it into 3-foot sections. Then we'll take it.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. So I had bought a wrecked Roadrunner and sold all the parts out of it that would sell. And so I had this stripped down, what was left of a body. And he's like, nope, I still got to have the title to it. So I went out with a splitting maul and cut it into 3-foot sections.
Mhm.
And he took it. I would scrap anything. If I was walking down the street and saw a tire weight laying by the side of the road, I'd pick it up, put it in my back pocket. I
We used
only
to make
got
fishing weights out of it.
Well, I only got 8 cents a pound, but it doesn't take much to get a pound of lead.
Mhm.
So my grandfather used to make fishing weights, but I had so much he didn't need it anymore. But he'd let me use his melting pot so I could pull the little steel thing out of the tire weight, and I'd melt it down, and
Fishing weights and jigs.
yeah. But he did buy. I worked for a couple years for U-Haul, uh, cleaning up trucks and trailers that came back from rental. And the way U-Haul operated was the U-Haul franchisee, if you repaired a truck or trailer, you got the franchisee got paid, reimbursed for the amount of hours it took to fix it and all the supplies and everything. So my boss told us, if you've got a safety chain that has been drug along the ground and it's worn off some of the safety chain, cut it off and replace it, because he got paid for that. Well, so all of this stuff was coming out of here. I set up 3 barrels there and I started collecting the scrap. If the wire on a trailer, if one wire had a nick on it, you rewired the whole trailer. So I was getting wire left, right, and center. And it was a good side gig. I made good money off of those barrels. Until the boss caught on to what I was doing. He says, you know what? That's a good idea. Then he set up barrels and was like, well, crap. you know. I worked for, Well, David knows what I'm talking about. When we built the Chatham County Jail down there in Savannah, I worked with the electrical contractors. And what they did was they collected up all the scrap wire from the job. Because, as you pull wire through one conduit, you're going to snip off a bunch of it. Well, we'd collect all that up, and that went into this one dump trailer. And then at the end of the job, they would take that into the scrap yard and sell that off, and then have a big barbecue for all the employees at the end of the contract. That's pretty cool.
What? Electricians helping out other contractors? Unheard of.
No. This was just the electrical company that did that. David says, I drove by it Saturday, Mark. Yeah, that thing's getting old about now. That was a while ago. That was in the 90s.
So tell me the difference between satin black and semi-gloss black.
Semi-gloss black is shinier.
Satin black's more matte, like an eggshell finish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we probably bumped into each other, David. I just didn't know you at the time. I had long hair and a beard and the whole thing.
See, because you got matte. Sorry, you got flat, matte, semi-gloss, gloss, and high gloss paints.
Too many for me.
Okay, her.
Yep.
It says it's matte.
It all depends on how much you want to shine, right?
And then you got bed liner.
That's for textured finish. That's for that's for blind people. They can feel what color it is.
Ah.
Armaguard. You got to spray with Armaguard.
My grandfather was blind, and you ask him what he did for a living, he'd tell you he was a professional boat watcher. They lived on the Oregon coast, about maybe a half a mile from the harbor. And for $25 a week, what he would do is he would go down to the harbor to your slip. He couldn't see, so he'd grab a hold of the rope and he'd pull on it. If there was something on the other end of the rope, your boat was fine.
Yeah. Yep. Probably worked well.
Yep.
Could have been anything on the end of that line, though.
Yeah, he didn't care. But if you're going to hire a blind man to look after your boat, you kind of deserve what you get,
No, I suppose. Yeah, I suppose you're taking your chances, though.
Okay, David says, I did the metal studs, drywall, and acoustical ceilings. Okay, I came in after you and ran wire. But we probably did bump into each other. The company I worked with, David, was Anaco Electric.
The one place I've never installed signs at was actually I've never installed signs at a prison.
Not a lot of signs get put up there, except things like don't pick up hitchhikers or, stuff like that. Yeah, David, by the time I got hired on up there in the office block in that end, all that had been drywalled and the ceilings were all in and everything. I didn't work for them when they ran all the conduit. So by the time I hired on, we were pulling wire through the conduit after the drywall was already up and it had been painted and everything else. So, but they were still doing things, everything from the Sally Port out into the prison blocks, they were still doing all of that. So, and then I
Sally,
went out. Huh?
it's a Sally Port.
What's a Sally Port? That's where intake is. That's where they bring prisoners in. Um, that's where they get deliveries of supplies and equipment and things like that. Why they call it a Sally Port, I have no idea.
I'm gonna look that up in a second now.
I thought he said salad port.
Yeah, they were all vegan.
Mm-hmm.
Sally Port gets its name from combining Sally and port. Well, that makes sense.
Well, thanks for that.
Duh.
Port refers to a gate or entrance, while Sally comes from the military term for sudden attack or sortie. A sally port, therefore, is a type of gate or passageway, often in a fortified structure that allows troops to make a sally or attack without compromising the overall defenses. Okay, there you go. It's a
That's
military
that's
term.
that's a little bit more appropriate, but ain't nobody. Well, at least I hope ain't nobody attacking. Um,
No. But it's an easily defensible entrance because it's
mhm.
blocked off at both ends, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
you're basically, yeah.
Yeah, you do. You come in through a gate. Usually, you come in through
Uh,
a
Dave,
gate
you
that's
all right?
controlled.
Dave, you
Yeah,
all right there?
either the cat jumped on his keyboard, or he was leaning over to get something, or he smacked a mosquito. Yeah. You come in through a secured gate that's monitored or guarded,
Yeah.
and got concertina wire all around up on top or what have you. And then the vehicle goes in, and that gate's closed and secured and everything. Then they can open the door, and then they escort the prisoner out of the car and into the door. All right, Jack.
Wow, Jack, that's awesome.
All right.
Just clear acrylic, nothing written on them, just blanks. That's awesome. Even easier. Unless they're all laser engraved.
You know, and even if you get $1 a piece for that, there's a new laser.
Even 50 cents a piece is still a hell of a deal. Bulk order.
Yep. Hot damn, Jack. Well, that gives you a hobby.
Jack, is it from one of my watchers right now? I need commission on that. You know that, right? Those unwritten rules of my show.
Ah, du lieber.
Oh, those unwritten rules. Damn it.
Well, I told Nancy that one time when she started doing auctions on my show. I'm like, Nancy, if you sell to anybody in the chat, I get a commission on that you're selling on
I
my show.
remember that.
Well, like honestly, because you wouldn't have sold it to anybody in the chat if you weren't on my show doing it, right?
Mm-hmm. That's fair enough. I mean,
I never took it up though.
Yeah, but there will be a scripture on them. I'm sure it's for the Gideon's Bible group. Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
Well, the price per just went up.
Oh well, yeah. So going with that whole commission on my show thing, how much commission? How much commission do you think I would have taken off of if Connie sold that bike to Dave on my show?
Oh, yeah.
The bigger the item, the bigger the commission, right?
Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna have to take off. I need to go take a nap, so I'll be bright-eyed, bushy-tailed for my live stream tonight. So,
All right, Mark.
thank you for having me, John. I
Yeah,
truly
thanks for coming by. I
appreciate it.
appreciate it. Yeah.
Bye, Mark.
Sorry about the boring part of the morning show where we had our bingo.
Nah, I was just that's fine. I was just having fun with y'all. what can I say?
Greg
All right.
missed it all though. All right, thanks, Mark, for
Intent.
stopping by and joining us. We appreciate it.
Yep.
Thanks
Take
for the
care, y'all. Have
humor
a good day.
and sharing Linda's stuff up with us.
What's this? I missed bingo.
Yeah, you missed morning Hobie Bingo. No, it's Hobie
Oh,
Bingo. It's not our bingo.
lucky me.
I'll have a good one. It's time to go home. Oh, Josh taking off too.
Okay, now I have to go to Michigan.
Why was in Michigan?
They have a Michigan Museum of Horror, and it has a built-in serial killer themed restaurant and bar. The restaurant's
Oh,
called.
I've got to go.
Oh yeah, yeah, that would be so cool.
Let's go, Annie.
All right, let's do it. That's my kind of restaurant.
Yeah, that sounds cool. What the hell was that?
Bye, Jack.
Somebody
3 minutes.
yelling.
Very gone.
Is
I
that
was
what that was?
reading
Somebody.
the read trial. I've got the captioning on so I can listen to y'all and read it at the same time.
They're not playing video games in there, so it was probably in hollering at a game. That's what I heard something. Jeanette, I don't know if you read that or not, but Jeanette 28 has some Susan for Suzanne.
Wow. Suzanne. Who's Suzanne?
Um,
Who's Suzanne?
she comes in here.
I didn't know where you left off or anything. So.
I don't know either, Joe.
I'm trying to think of a Suzanne.
We have a
Yeah,
Suzanne.
yeah, she's been here.
Well, that's awesome, Jeanette.
I need to go through and find those other hats because I got a bunch of hats in there.
I had to quit crocheting for a while because my hands went numb.
I took a nap. I don't know what everybody's doing.
Well, I'm back to it now. I got to play back.
It was my nap time, so whatever. Let's turn.
A nap? Who authorized that?
I'll have a nap after he goes to work.
Well, I'm authorizing a lunch break right now, so I'm gonna go in for lunch and get some stuff done in the house. I'll be back in a bit this afternoon, probably about give me an hour or so, and I'll be back out for an afternoon at this Rose. So here you go. This is what you're looking at so far. I'll throw this upside down actually.
Oh,
So
that's
layer
very
1,
cool.
back layer, so frame, backer, and this will be the first layer. This way.
That's cool.
Oh, wow, that's looking good.
Yep, that looks good.
So far. So then I get the leaves and the stems to cut out. Then that'll be the first, well, technically the second backer layer. And then I'll continue cutting on this one, which will be the third and fourth layers.
Yep, I like it.
All right. So let me change my camera back over here so I get ready for layer 2. There we go. So yeah, thanks everybody for joining us, my subs and members, and everybody that joined us. And we had an awesome time this morning, I think. Join me later in about an hour or so. We'll continue on with the cutting and the jokes and having a great time.
Thanks for
Greg
having
will
me,
join us.
John.
I'm sure Greg will join us again and
Yeah.
continue on with his painting and his 3D modeling on his 3D printer modeling.
Yeah,
All
that
right.
too.
That too.
Right.
Take
See
care,
you all
everybody. Have fun.
later.
Have fun.
Bye,
We'll see you later.
everybody.
Bye.